1 second, bro. Let me get this set up. Oh, that ain't nothing, bro. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Peace, everybody. Give me a second. Give me a second, man. Give your boy a second. Peace and love to everybody. Peace, nephew. I think that's my nephew on here. My nephew, Jordan. Peace, nephew. Sister just came over yesterday. Peace and love. Love you. You know that. You know that, nephew. Peace, 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 peace. And also, nephew, honors to your new home, honors to your new career. You know, Unc right here with you. When you're ready to do that food truck thing, all you gotta do is hit me up. I'm investing with you. And I want you to come to Flint when you can. I wanna show you what we got going on with these rental houses. So peace and love to you, nephew. You know I love you. You know that. And we gotta start being around each other a little bit more. You know, I'm gonna be here for a minute too, so we'll talk. But peace, everybody. Y'all know I ain't been on here for a minute. I'm back in my city of Flint, Michigan, doing some real work. I told people, with or without the help of my Moorish community, it's gonna happen. Our community center, our temple, getting houses to move single moms in and our elders, all through my organization. And people are donating, and I'm able to give them tax-exempt receipts. I told you I was gonna happen. It's a lot of older people that moved out the city of Flint, that houses, they don't want them no more. They be getting tore up, because in the city of Flint, once you move out the house, they tearing it up. The fiends, junkies, bums. But make a long story short, a lot of property is being donated to me. And so I'm linking out to my brothers that know how to do the masonry work and all that, like inside, like drywall, electrical stuff. In the city of Flint, you got to pull all these different permits before you move people in. So we building our team, and it's just a beautiful thing. And I tell people, I don't do nothing fake. I'm not one of them people that's on social media and like, oh, you can invest in this and sit on your butt and make money. No, I show people real things. I've been showing y'all stuff in real life. So when these people say flipping houses and getting houses for this, I got the whole land bank list in my city of Flint. They gentrifying the whole city of Flint where misnomer black people live. They gentrifying the whole neighborhood. I got the blueprints for everything. In our city of Flint, my nephew on here, he'll tell you, when we first moved on Patterson and DuPont, it was a diverse neighborhood. We owned 2 houses, one on the corner, one next to it. My mother owned a daycare in the neighborhood. So my dad bought the house next to the one we had on the corner of West Patterson and DuPont. So my dad bought the house next to us, you know, nice house. When my friend John, European family, my homeboy I grew up with, when they moved, my dad bought the house. So we moved next door, boom, the house on the corner, my mom turned it into a daycare, hired all the girls in the neighborhood. That's how I started working with the kids at that young age, because I was working for my mom. My mom hired all the girls in the hood. So that's how I got a lot of my business savvy. And then my dad was the executive director for Genesee County. So any girl that was on aid, any seniors that's getting things done, it was through my pops, you know? So, back to the story that I'm saying is, y'all, I told people, this stuff works. Is that my Noble Malik? Yep. That's my Noble Malik on my YouTube channel as well. You know, my YouTube is Kari Ibn Hakeem Goodman Bey. I want y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because TikTok be tripping sometimes. When you start getting real, they'll let you show yourself naked and all these other stuff and us doing so much stuff to us. But when we talk truth, they'll ban you. So that's why I be trying to have y'all follow me on my personal platforms. On YouTube, it's my name, Kari, IBNA, Hakeem Goodman Bey. We have a Temple and School YouTube channel called Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. My Mufti on here, Malik Reed L. Every Saturday and Sunday, he do the personal training. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, my Mufti, Lamarck Barclay Bey, he does it 5 days a week in the morning. We have Friday book club. We have Saturday adapt class. We have Sunday school. We have a full library with over 1 million books and documents. The reason why we haven't went viral is because education and wisdom is not popular. Why? Because most people that I see on my page, they don't post this, but I see a whole bunch of others, happy birthday, Beyonce, all this stuff, and the same people be on my page each week, not sharing on their page. That's why one of my homies said in Flint, he was like, man, Sheik, you finna shut this down anyway. I told people once I came back home to the city where I'm from Flint, Michigan. My brother was murdered, Akil Jelani Goodman Bey. I've been going to the prison stump correctional facility. I got a whole background in ministry. I got a whole background in doing stuff for the community. I used to buy 100 backpacks and uniforms for kids each year. Each year, I take 100 kids to the Phoenix Suns games when I'm in Arizona. And so now we going to the next level. And I told my people, I said, we got to use the money that we partying and bull-essing with and do something with. We'll go to the strip club or somewhere and buy a cheap bottle of alcohol for $300-400, and you go right to the store, the bottle only costs $45-50. I'm like, how old are you, sir? I still seeing nobles spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on clothes. I ain't seen one brother wear no turban, wear no fez, no shemag, no tunic, and I provide them all on our company page, morrishaberdasher.com. And when you part of a community, this is part of your regalia. You get a tax exempt receipt. This is part of your culture. All my muftis, they get all their regalia from me. This is part of our culture. So you should be going to Amazon buying no turban and no fez and nothing. And you know I provide all this stuff, all the beads and stuff you see I have. Y'all know I make all that stuff with my hands. It's love. Or you want some McDonald's, or you want this home cooked food. You want McDonald's. You want McDonald's so you can get it cheap. And this is what I be telling brothers. I operate on vibrations. My muftis will tell you. I don't care if you I don't care what you say on social media. Anybody been following me on social media, you know I'm 100% real. And there's people that been following me on social media for over 5, 6, 7, 8 years. These are fact. All you gotta do is ask them. And they ain't said nothing to me in 1 second. And it's women too. I know who you be. I know who you be. I be in Vegas. Nobles will walk past me, hit me up on social media. Sheik, did I just see you walking past? Man, shut up. I have to be a little bit more just because my Mufti Malik is different. My Mufti Malik always hug me. My Mufti Malik sit me down and talk to me because he understands me. He understands all the things I went through. I tell everybody, my baby brother, Akil Jelani Bey, was murdered. My baby brother, we look like twins. I've been through a lot of fire. I've been through a lot of fire. My homeboy, Mike Ville, was killed by his brother. My cousin, Miguel Swang, was killed in front of their house. My homeboy, Michael Blackmore, in middle school, got his head blew off. So what we talking about? And in midst of all that, that's why the kids love me. That's why I go to the youth centers. That's why in Arizona, when I was as a director at the Youth Development Institution, all them kids that was in that 24-hour lockup thought they was hard. I worked there. They was like, oh, these kids violent. They're going to do this. I said, I guarantee you ain't no kid going to be violent with me. Why? Because I'm real and I listen and they feel my vibration. This is an animal kingdom when it's in that situation because these kids been disrespected and violated. It ain't no problem. And when they see me, they understand because I talk to them. I had a young man from Detroit. They was like, oh, he beating everybody up and this, he was a little cocky. I came in there because I wear my turban and my fez everywhere. He was like, are you a Muslim, sir? He was from Detroit. I said, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Sheikh. He was like, you a bae? He got to talking to his mom and them, everything straighten up quick. Why? Because I demand that. You show me respect and love, I'm going to do everything to help you. I still holler at him to this day. I still holler at him to this day. Why? Because this is what I do. My more science is community. My more science ain't nobody on the internet just talking a whole bunch of stuff sitting in the car. That ain't my more science. I be telling everybody up, Google me. Google me. I got college degrees. I've been a divine minister all my adult life. I've written books. I keep telling people it's only a matter of time. Me and my muftis got 10 acres in Kingsman, Arizona. And we ain't rich. I tell people, y'all want to do some gardening together, y'all want to get with us to get a co-op, put this up, and everything that people donate is tax exempt for the federal government. Oh, dang, oh, Malik, I think my YouTube, dang, let me see. I might have to move because, Malik, let me see. Let me see something over. I've been gone, man. I ain't had nothing set up in so long. Cause I just been busy. Plant seeds. Let me see. Maybe I'll do that like that. Maybe I'll do that like that just for I can have that. Cause I didn't even know I didn't even have that on, bro. Like I sure didn't. Hold on. I thought I had it. I thought I had everything hooked up, but I didn't. Hold on. Let me just slide that like that. Bam. Let me slide that like that so y'all can hear. If y'all can hear me, just let me know. Cause I'm gonna be sitting right here at this table. So you'll be able to, so you can at least hear what I'm saying until this bad boy gets some juice. How about that? So if y'all can hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, I'll turn the volume up and I'll project my voice a little bit. So, back to the subject at hand, and to everyone. And all my college people, I got GCU, I got Arizona Christian. Peace, bro. Peace TikTok again, I'm sorry. Peace Facebook, and peace YouTube over there with my noble Malik. But try to come on YouTube, Malik, and Facebook if you don't mind, for you can speak as well. And TikTok as well if you would like. But anyway, back to the subject I was saying, family. People just a watch. People just a watch. People just a watch and won't come together and watch others. And I told everybody, they gentrifying our city of Flint. They gentrifying our city of Flint. I've been telling people this for so long. I've been trying to tell people, put your little pennies together, everybody in the city of Flint, instead of partying and bull-essing, get under your nonprofit so you can do things the right way. Because yes, I understand religion, but if you ain't getting no money, none of that. It's all meaningless to me. This thing, I told everybody, I ain't no poor righteous teacher. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. You see what I'm saying? Wine is made for laughter, but money trumps all. Money ain't no root to all evil. How can money be the root to all evil? That's cap. That's somebody saying that because they don't have none. You see what I'm talking about? And then, if you so-called righteous, then you should live under what? Titus 3 and 2, right? To slander no one, to be peaceable and considerate, and always be gentle to everyone. How can I come from the city of Flint, Michigan, move all the way to Arizona, which is a red state, where it ain't nobody melanated like me too much, and be Melchizedek to all these professors, to all these Scottish Rite Masons? How can I have my own chart of 99 degrees and brothers don't sit under me and they talk about they being called? And I say, well, do you understand the biblical scriptures? Do you understand analogy, parable, symbology? Do you understand metaphors? Because in the Bible, in Titus, it says this qualification to be a pastor, a minister, a sheep. Just like in martial arts. How can you have students and pupils and you don't understand what you're saying? I'll be telling people, I said, if you're a Bible preacher, what do Jeremiah chapter 10 say? Oh, well, that's a pagan thing. Okay, well, what the pagans doing? What were the Nicolaitans doing? There's so much in the biblical scriptures. In Matthew, when it says it's finished, we're not under the law no more. I say, okay, well, that word is a Greek word called pelero, meaning to magnify and bring back to your remembrance. It's so much that goes with this. And that's why the Gospels with young people, it's not relatable, because you only can come from one layer. I keep telling everybody, what was taken from us from slavery is our nationality and our spirituality. Others use it for power to come together, to unify. We poor. I keep telling people, if we're supposed to unify, we can't be from the neighborhood. We all couldn't go to the same high schools, know everybody, and everybody want to claim something else, why our neighborhood just be ramshacked, and these developers come and buy the neighborhood for pennies. And everybody gonna watch. Here it is, I have a full library with over 1 million books and documents. Here it is, I'm in my city of Flint. I drive out to Howell, Michigan. Y'all know where Howell, Michigan is? Where everybody said, oh, I don't go out to Howell, Michigan. That's where the grandmother of the KKK stay. I do. I got my bachelor's degree from Clear University, the main campus at Clear University. We have an offsite on campus at Mott. Clear University is one of the hardest business universities in the whole area. I could have went to University of Michigan, but I wanted to challenge myself. So at Clear University, you have to do a capstone after every single class. Do y'all know what a capstone is? Say if you taking microeconomics and you cheating at the end of the class, you got to put it in writing. See? So I have an expertise in what I'm talking about. I know how to do community development. I know how to raise money. Why? Because my brothers that's been in the city, I've been in Arizona for almost 15 years. I still see them on the same level. And I said, how can I be by myself doing this? Just imagine if I had more brothers. Just imagine if brothers understood this. We're supposed to have our own community center. We're supposed to have our own, that's all these churches and abandoned in the city, all this stuff, and we just riding around playing. I said, man, it's crazy. I said, it's crazy. I said, come on, man. I said, all this houses development, everybody know how to fix stuff, and we don't own stuff under our what? Own development, under our own non-for-profit, and we move in single moms and see we don't, like, what are we doing? That's why when I come home and I see my people, my head be straight. I barely speak to people. It's not for a reason I don't like nobody, because I ain't playing. This is what I tell people. I ain't dealing with nobody just because they nice. You got to have a skill. Or we going to vote for this person because we nice. But what's the law and policy? What's the agenda? I don't know, but they nice. Man, go on. People talk about the politics in the city of Flint. Half of the people ain't voting. Because I do the numbers, and that's why I be telling people, don't come to me and you ain't a voice, and you ain't using your vote as an American. I say vote Democrat or Republican. I say vote for what you want. What? Law and policy. What you mean? Exactly. You need to be educated. In this little city of Flint, and we ain't running it. Why? Because everybody talking. Just like in the city of Dalton, that DEI stuff, to me, is terrible. Why? Because you get unqualified people in position just because y'all like them. When a whole bunch of people ain't never graduated, and I ain't saying education make you better, but damn, at least let you know something. Everybody in these votes, in these positions, it's just a popularity vote. And then it's the same watered down. And I said, don't y'all know we don't need that. If we come together, we can run our own communities. They don't even get it. Y'all don't even get it. You don't understand about a religious community, like the Amish community. Y'all have no idea. Y'all just give your money. Everybody think they're getting a tax return. I be laughing at our people. I said, how much does Uncle Sam took from you? Well, you ain't getting no, you're getting a tittle from what they took from you the whole year. You're getting a small fraction of what they took. Your whole thing is supposed to give to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice and get a tax as a receipt if y'all doing real business like I'm doing. To where we taking some of that money and buying houses. I ain't got a whole bunch of money. We got 3 houses. Y'all be seeing, y'all see the one, we got one on Shamrock, one on Ras Top, and one on Salome. And then we own 10 acres in Kingsman, Arizona. Once I lock this down in the city of Flint for our temple and school and our community center, we don't have no library in the neighborhood. I got a whole library. I'm gonna change the whole community. I got a whole e-books. I can change the whole game. I can print books at will. I can have all the books on computers and everything. Kids can come in there and read books on the computers. And then I can print books at hand. When people want to buy stuff, I can print on demand. And I can have certain books in there. I don't gotta have a whole bunch, maybe 2 or 3, but I got a whole library. I tell people, I said, how much you get? I said, your taxes is meaningless. If y'all ever watch Sopranos, everything went through the church. Why? Because the church is tax exempt for the federal government, religious, charitable, scientific, educational-wise. Most of y'all just don't know. All my European Jewish colleagues, professors, Masonic brothers, what? They split their money 3 ways. That's how they have infrastructure. If they get grants you don't pay back, but everybody donate. So you got to imagine you got people that's working, making big money, they donate to their religious and charitable contribution. You get a tax exempt receipt. You don't have to give all that money to Uncle Sam. If Wesley Snipes was doing right, if he was supposed to be spiritual and a part of whatever martial arts, and they were structured the right way, he could have donated to that structure and made it better. You understand, just like you give into the goodwill. But see, our people ain't educated. Just like if you're part of a church and you've been part of a church for years, you've been donating. I taught a lady like this, and I said, how much you and your husband give to the church each year? $24,000 a piece. I said, so y'all ever got a tax exempt receipt? She like, what's that? I said, good God. Okay, so just let's play devil's advocate. Boom. You make $100,000. You have no deductions, right? You done gave $24,000 to your church because that's what you into. Your man make just the same. He get $24,000 to a church because that's what he into. You know, boom. So boom. At the end of the year, he's getting taxed for not the money that he giving to his church, minus the whole thing, gross. But he ain't getting the tax exempt receipt from the church. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'll give another analogy. In the state of California, you can give 60% of your earned income before taxes to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice. So say you got all your NBA playing homeboys, and they like, man, and they all in $1 million, and let's say a small number, they're making $1 million each year. So they don't have no deduction. They don't donate to no nonprofits. The other man, that's their money manager, he's gonna have his own organization, his homeboys. So you're gonna be donating to that organization, making it rich. You're gonna be fulfilling your tax duty. You don't know, you don't care, you just dribbling the ball. Not knowing, you can say, okay, when you say I owe $1 million, okay, I can give $600,000 to the Burning Bush Tabernacle. I want $600,000 to go to the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. I want this to go there, boom, 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 boom. And then if we got other entities off that one umbrella, and then you can itemize it and say, well, then I'm gonna get this, so you can actually give more. But see, we don't know this. That's why I said I'm gonna show my people. Everything we can do, no matter what level you on, you can donate and get a tax exempt receipt. And I don't ask people for 10% of their income. I did an analogy like this. I said 300 people in my family and friends give $100 a month. That's $360,000 a year. Do y'all know City of Flint have like about maybe 70,000 people? It used to be over 200,000. Do y'all know how many abandoned churches in the City of Flint? I be going to all of them. I'm telling you. And we're going to change the game because it's about the youth. I see it. The children can't be the future if the people don't know nothing, if the adults ain't attentive to it. I say, where y'all mentoring at? How many kids y'all talk to a week? Man, I'm in Arizona talking to all the kids on the native reserve, everywhere, because I work in behavioral health therapist. You know, once I figured a lot of stuff out, and then my homeboy Julius Harden, we went to school with, everybody know Julius. He's a licensed damn counselor for the state of Michigan, a psychiatrist. Everybody know that. So we're working together at our nonprofit. This year, we're going to be doing a lot with our vendor tables at a lot of events. And that's why I said, when our will and the Creator will aligns, that's why, and I tell people, we just don't get about conglomerates. We sit and watch, and we X each other out. Everybody try to do the same thing. I say, it can't be like that. One body in many parts. The arm don't say to the nose it want to be the nose. The nose don't say to the foot it want to be the foot. I be trying to show my brothers, y'all don't get it. They clearly don't get it. How? Because we can't be almost 50 years old and ain't nobody doing nothing together. Can't be. Can't be 50 years old and brothers don't own blocks. Can't be. Can't be down there 50 years old and I've been in Arizona all this time and I'm buying blocks. It can't be. I'm like, what y'all doing with y'all? What y'all doing? Everybody got $1,000. I'm like, come on, man, stop playing. Everybody see me working out every day. I run 5 miles to the gym. To the park, 5 miles back. Everybody know I be doing this, man. It's supposed to be packed. Everybody be acting like they in shape with them big guts and stuff, all that. Talking, oh, I eat this, I eat that. But come get this grind on, and I'll show you how to eat right. I'll show you how to live right. All that stuff you need to do, you can leave it alone. Why? Because you're looking at real results. You see me and my muftis. My noble mufti, Malik Riel, our personal trainer on the weekends is 50. I'm 49. So y'all know we what talking about how to get it in. Y'all know it. Because it's discipline. Brothers don't be studying. Brothers don't be in the chamber. Brothers don't be having no study. Why? Because if you did, you would be leading it with your people. It's no study. And I say with all that religious stuff, it's still supposed to be what? A brotherhood. You know, I keep trying to teach people the Masonic keys. It's still supposed to be a brotherhood. Why? Because let me tell you why. I know some Masons, that's some Christian preachers, which go against everything, and I know some Muslim Masons. That's why. That's how I'm telling you. So if the brotherhood trumps that and you teaching something different than your other brothers, because I know most Prince Hall Masons don't know the real science. Because they snowman. They'll say they 32 degrees. They say they're a widow's son, with all due respect. And all my European Masons, they know for education purposes only, they are all sons of Muslims. I keep telling our people, the marriage license comes from the DAR. Who's the DAR? The Daughters of American Revolution, that wear the white fez with the gold tassel. The ones our empress fell under. Who? You know, the Eastern Stars. And I teach you are the star to eat. I keep telling people, I have my own charter. I have my own fraternal brotherhood. These is facts. And I'm 99 degrees. I will reveal all the keys. I will reveal all the keys. And I'm transparent. I tell everyone, don't come playing with me. I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society in Los Angeles. So anybody that you think heavy, professors that's different color, I guarantee you they'd be like, no, that's Melchizedek. With all due respect. That's why I said I can't be liked and loved with the other man, and my own people don't love me, and I'm from the same place you from. I got blood in our city of streets. I done grew up with most of these preachers, everything. Them niggas be walking past me, excuse my candor. Hi. With all due respect, man. And no disrespect. Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. It's that we supposed to come together and do this. I shouldn't have to be linking up with real investors. And I'm showing them this stuff. They like, wait a minute, this is the city of Flint? You telling me this house is this, and we can bring these people here this, and this whole blocks where there ain't no houses on the east side, and we can be these developers in, just put the cement base and bring these, what they call them, modular homes together, like a double wide, beautiful, with no basements, 2 and 3 bedrooms, whole blocks, move them girls in the neighborhood with that Section 8, and boom. And then we have our own grounds company, which added in the rent, where we checking on the houses continually, because we doing all the work, the grass and the snow and all that, and we hiring some young people to do it. Like high school kids and college kids, we'll have that circle to where we bring stuff together. I'm telling you, man, and all that can be done with the money we giving Uncle Sam. I did this for my oral dissertation when I got my bachelor's degree. Then when I got my dual master's degree from Grand Canyon University in first century history and religion, you know, it was crazy. And linguistics, it was crazy. They were like, oh, you going back to your city of Flint and run it. I thought I did. But I see our people ain't into that. With all due respect, and I ain't saying all. I said, why? Because I've been gone 15 years and I don't see nothing. With all due respect. You can't, and I ain't disrespecting no one. Can't show me nothing. With all due respect. And it ain't no disrespect. There's too many people with a little something for we can have something. Everybody got $1,000. You ride down every urban neighborhood that we grew up in, man, it's lots that houses that tore down, get them for tennis shoe dollars. Tennis shoe dollars. We can own whole blocks under our nonprofit organizations. Then the houses that can be refurbished. If we have a whole crew, we get houses refurbished. When we doing the walk-in, we have one of our brothers that know about it, that know how to pull the permits, like, oh, this is a good one to get. It'll take this. Why? Because he got the crew to fix it. Then he part of the team. Bam. But everybody want to suck from everybody. I be like, dude, I done been to Arizona, and I be dealing with my misnomer Latino and Mexican community. They be day laborers. Watch what I show y'all what I had come to the city of Flint. they're going to be in one. They're going to have that mug done in probably 2 months. I've been telling everybody. I've been showing everybody. Y'all been seeing me for years do the same thing. But y'all, I said, once I come back to my city, because I'm here helping take care of my mom, and with the grace of Allah, everything's going to be okay. That's why I go so hard. And I said, oh, the Creator done showed me something. We're going to have our brick and mortar in my city of Flint. And investors helping. And all my people could do is help with the money we giving Uncle Sam. I told people, I said, we can buy this land and property, and if you know how to work with your hands, you come and fix it. All that stuff we seeing on social media that pay for your leisure and this fake stuff house, you see it's fake. The one dude just went to prison, got 7 years, and I've been telling y'all this for years. I said, fake is fake. Real is real. We put our money together under my organization. Everybody can give the dope, get taxes and receipt, because we tax exempt for the federal government, religious and charitable and contribution-wise. This is how we build our religious community. And in the city of Flint, there's so many houses and properties. We can have a whole block. I keep telling people it can be private. We missing it. What you mean? Our neighborhood in the city of Flint, all urban neighborhoods, is for sale. It's for sale. It's for sale. And if you know how to work with your hands and you know stuff, like I told y'all, I've been in Arizona for all these years. I ain't just been out there playing. I have my own metaphysical temple. I got my dual master's degree from there. I met all these different families. Families adopted me as their brother. And then I met this Latino and Mexican Indian community, native community that be fixing houses. They whole families, they'll buy one house, fix it up, boom, in the other one. And so as I met them, I'm like, man, I'm from the city of Flint. They like, well, all the houses cheap, my friend? I said, yes, well, all the houses cheap in all the neighborhood. I'm showing them, the houses. They like, well, how much did you get that house for? 20,000? I said, no, 4,000. He like, you got to be kidding me. He's like, we going there, have that done. Because, me and my partner Chavez that live in Vegas, he live in Vegas. So I'm here. So, we've been building our team. But the relationships I built with my Latino community and my misnomer Latino community, my misnomer Mexican community, I'm going to have them come here. And they said they're going to stay in one of the houses. I'm going to give one to them. And they said, if I give them one of the houses, all I got to do is pay for the labor, give them a couple dollars. Because I'm going to give them a house. And they're going to be part of my crew. They're going to move to the city. They were like, they crying and everything. I'm crying. I said, man, if y'all do that deal, like, we move. Him, his 2 brothers, and his 2 uncles. So they be out there, they got their truck out there, all that stuff. He was like, man, we'll move to the city of Flint. She, I said, okay. I said, just give me a minute. Not tomorrow. But just imagine we already had this popping off and everybody understand and donations coming in. And say all my people giving $100 a month, which is $1,200 in 1 year. And I know people that spend that in one city on some fake Louis Vuitton shoes on Temu. And you'll get all the colors. You'll get all the colors and then wear some stacked jeans for the pants can hang over. You done got all those shoes off Temu. That's why I be telling Moors. I said, how can you be a Moor and y'all know I'm a sheik and y'all know I'm the haberdasher and you ain't bought none of the regalia from me. And I provide all that. How? Even my empresses. I said, you should be getting all your turbans from me because it's part of our community and I can give you a tax as a receipt at the end of the year because it's part of your regalia. You an empress. You a divine empress under our sect when you be a member of the BBT and the student. Why? Because that's what it's about. Your daughter, your kids. You understand? I'm trying to tell y'all. And we can build something and say if empresses is in a certain area, they by themselves, and we got these homes and things. Oh, now it's time for the empress to move where? To one of the houses. I mean, come on, we can do this. And these brothers that work with their hands, and the young brothers say they want to own something. You get with the BBT. You let Uncle Sam take all your money. And the rest of it, you party and BSing it away. I'm telling you. And you can get a tax-exempt receipt. And you can be a stakeholder of something real. I'm telling you, I got a blueprint. And the older G's ain't taught them. That's why they ain't listen to these older men that just talking that poor man gospel, with all due respect. I teach a living gospel. I teach you to be proud of who you are. I teach you your nationality and spirituality. And it ain't nothing wrong with no money. Why? Because in Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19, it says wine is made for laughter, but money trumps all. Don't let nobody tell you money is the root to all evil. They just don't have none. And when you get some money and you righteous, all it's going to do is exhume who you are. That's what money does when the heart is pure. Because the closest place to find God, Allah, is in the heart. I keep telling people, all you got to do is ask me. I don't believe in nothing outside of myself. Anything outside of myself is true shirk. I tell you to your face, I'm not Orthodox. I'm Sufi. I'm Tasawwuf. I am God.
Others have to get on their knees and do 5 salats. I do the al salat. It ain't no disrespect. Man is created in the image of God. Man and God is one. I don't know what you studied. You said you was called. Called by who? Many are called, but only a few are chosen. Titus says it's qualifications to get in this realm. It's just like, well, I'm a doctor and no, man, I'm a doctor. And you don't even know the doctor's lingo. You don't even know the doctor's linguistics. You don't even know how to use the doctor's tools. It's all good. It's like people buying, you see your brother, he studied martial arts for over 20 years, and you go buy one off Amazon. Just like now, today, when I say about tradition, back in the day, Big Mama and them used to cut the turkey and all that and put it in a small pan, but you don't have to do it today. It's a reason. Big pans, all that. But if you do it now, tradition. That's why I'm telling people, today, now, you don't have to go on Amazon. You don't have to go to the Masonic store and buy your feds because you can get it a little cheaper from me. Why? You want to get it from a sheep that's going to talk to it, that might sign it inside. It's coming with love. And if you're part of the community, which you should be, you get a tax as your receipt. You see how it benefits you. When you get your books from us, you get tax as your receipt. Because once we get our brick and mortar, all this stuff is going to be where? In the temple. When we have our barbershop, you're not paying that. You give a donation to the temple for the haircuts. It's part of our community. I keep telling people, I say, y'all missing it. The library is part of our community. The regalia, our tunics, our fezzes, you can't get it from nowhere else. So that's why is that extra cost I put in there. Why? So we can build. So we can own some things. So I can show people what really happened, how church has been operating forever under this tax bracket, and all you see is most of the preachers that's in our neighborhoods now, they don't live in the neighborhood. They do not live in the community, they live on the outskirts. And if you say, I ain't telling the truth, you lying too. Most of the preachers that's popular in the city of Flint do not live in the city. Most of them are in Greek fraternities. They just don't tell you. Most of them don't even like you. With all due respect, why? Because I ain't the one that put the stuff out there on social media. Y'all the ones do it. That's why I be laughing. People be like, well, why would you say that, she? I said, why would I say that? Like, what you mean, why would I say that? Y'all forgot I'm from Flint. Y'all forgot I was a minister in Mount Olive Baptist Church, was one of the oldest churches in the city of Flint. Y'all forgot I was a minister at St. Paul. Y'all forgot I talked just like this behind the pulpit. All y'all know me. So I don't know what y'all be talking about. And then y'all know these preachers get on there and get exposed to all the folly lolly that happened in the church, and then the people still go there and still be packed. And all the folly lolly that they be on the internet saying. She didn't do that. The folly lolly. Y'all know the folly lolly. So that's why when I come home, I be looking at everybody crazy. Me and my dad and my mom was watching it. The only reason why the lady was mad, because her name got pulled up in it. Told about all the stuff that was happening with the kids, the PDF stuff, all the stuff that in the office, when they were cleaning her and her husband, their body fluids and all that on social media. Not me. And it's still packed. So don't come to me and say that, because y'all don't want to put y'all business out there in the streets. Y'all the ones that be acting like you jumping around like you speaking in tongue. And the Bible says, what is that? The Bible says speaking in tongue, there's no one to interpret that. That's for you and God, because you in there confusing people. Not me. You can't teach nobody how to speak in tongue. How you going to teach somebody to speak in tongue? When the Holy Spirit fell on all the people in Caesarea at Cornelius' house, they were speaking in their native tongue. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just like they say they began to speak and understand in their tongue. And somebody may not know how to speak, and somebody said they was doing sign. So the Holy Spirit was coming in his sign. Can you interpret that? That's what I be telling people. I say it'd be cat. A whole bunch of stuff would be cat. And it'd be leading our kids down where the wrong path. All that Santa Claus, that Saturnalia. That Saturnalia. I love y'all. I'm too grown to be playing with y'all, man. I love it. I love all my people. All my people are supposed to be with me. And now, here it is, some Europeans helping me. You should have been had this. I don't holler at the alumni. I told you, I'm an alumni from Grand Canyon University. And I'm part of the Jewish community. How y'all think I went to college? I keep telling people I graduated with no debt. A lot of people didn't know. I graduated with no debt. Like zero debt. That's why every so often I have to speak at the Jewish community. Ask my empress, she'll tell you. That's how I'm able to go to GCU every Wednesday in lecture. And I'll be giving all the college students, I'll be up there giving away 1,100 books for $5 a piece. And I give them a tax exempt receipt. Real talk. And all the professors love me. They got my name in like the vestibule with tutoring. Show you how to write in APA format. She Career Goodman Bay. I ain't lying. My professors tried to buy a book I gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared called, what was it? Divine Creed of Moorish Islam. Something I just gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared, because a lot of people be saying this and that and the other. So I'm an educator, and I love to read. So I said, you know what? I'm done with people just saying all, just talking out the side of their neck. So I took all the information, gathered it, compiled it, about 400 pages of literature, made it 20-some pages. Not only I did about like 15 more times for everything. I got books I've gathered, compiled, they over like 10 years, almost 10 years old. All the college students on college campus got it. No disrespect to my family, hardly none of my family got it. And it's okay. And that's why I said the Creator showed me something, and I operate with so much joy. That's why when people see me in real life, I don't argue with nobody. I don't have no, because why? Because I have joy, I have peace, I know who I am. But you're not going to say the Bible says this, or you definitely ain't going to do that with me. And the Bible says this, we gonna break it down because why I love it. And I'll never disrespect you. But you can't say the Bible says nothing, you don't know analogy and parable and symbology and metaphor and linguistics. You dumb. Because you take everything in the literal, and the Bible is not the literal. They make everything literal to explain something that's inside. That's why they were what? That's why they were what? His close companions, or the ones of the way. This is real talk. I have a whole library. I can give people ebooks and stuff, and I can probably say, what are we waiting for? Like, who gonna save us? Usher? Chris Brown? All these people we support, and they suck all the money from the community, like Snoop Dogg said at the Source Awards. Y'all don't love me? Like y'all don't love me? Like, I'm a homeboy. I got blood in these streets. Y'all don't love me? I give my last to anybody. Everybody know me. I just lost my homie. My mother going through her own thing. I check on all of them. This real talk, man. This ain't no game. Don't nobody roll like me. I don't know no preacher in the city of Flint that used to go to the Thumb Correctional Facility like me. Name me one. Name me one. I don't know none. And you can't either. That's why I was going. Because none of them was gold. That's why. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Let's keep it 100, man. Keep it all the way funky. You can't. That's why I had to move out the city. Because once I elevated myself and I saw things, the people, my connections, I'm going to keep it 100. The Europeans, that sons of Muslims said, oh, you got to get your own. I'm just keeping you 100. They were like, because the stuff that they teach at the seminary is dead man gospel. And he was like, a lot of them are Masons. And he wasn't lying. I'll get my dad back here and sit right at the table with me. My dad, the elder, he 80, and he'll tell you mad facts. See, I was raised by a man and a woman, my mom and my dad, scholars. I'm built for this. That's why I said when I went to Arizona, I had to be right. And I thought my people should love me. Why? I done did everything for my people. Everything to educate our children, everything I have. And I be teaching other people kids. And they be like, oh, we can give you a $1,000 donation sheet, just give us a tax every receipt. I'd be like, 1,000? They be like, yeah, you ain't used to this? I'm like, freaking no. They come somewhere and people give me a collection of check. I said, damn. No. He was like, just give us a tax every receipt. We love you. Like, this part of them, like, this is, we want you to get there. But you got to do this. And you got to do this. And ain't nothing crazy. It's like, where would you come teach? I said, yeah, where? At y'all synagogue? Yeah. Just like how you do online, and we have our own website going on and boom, boom. You don't have to physically come when you can't. But we can log in on, you go over the seat for us and go over any subject because they know, I know how to put, how can I say it, a syllabus together and teach a structured class. Something that take you 3 months, I can do it a crash course in 2 weeks. Why? Because, duh. I'm telling you, man. And then when it comes to organization, buying property under your tax-exempt organization, people own buildings, they ain't doing nothing with them. I done met these people, they're like, why don't you just donate something to you, sheep, and write it off? They're like, all them raggedy buildings in the city, they're like, they don't want to give you nothing. Ain't nobody gonna come to the city and do nothing but you. So ain't everybody trying to help me? What I can bring back to the city? Because the only thing we own is our churches and our temples and our so-called education house. How? If it's tax exempt for the federal government, religious and charitable and scientific, how? And our people donating. That's how. Ain't no other way. I keep telling people we got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Have you watched Sopranos? Anybody on here ever watched Sopranos? You don't even see the psychology in Sopranos. You can see everything was done under the what? The church. That's why I keep telling people on paper I'm not black. Why? Because black have no rights. Blacks do not have lawyer and client confidentiality. When you talk to, with all due respect, a black preacher, he's going to get what? Subpoena. Why? Because he have no rights. I'm not black on paper. You have lawyer and client confidentiality. I keep telling y'all, you say black to me, that's like saying, that's anti-Semitic. I keep telling people, I don't play that. You ain't calling me black, no one. We got a problem. Why? Because I love black, but I understand, I teach civics. I said, I'm sorry. Well, more mean black. I said, well, if that's the case, what does negrito mean? Negrito mean black. So, okay, well, if that's the case, we either call you a black or black. Just like in the Geneva Bible, it says, can the leopard change the spot? Not even the Moor, because they using black, describing the hue of the Moor. You get adjective, that's why they say black or Moor. I'm just telling you, I can take you in Europe and show you the Corsica flag. I can take you all over. That's why I don't argue with no one. I say, man, I'm not arguing with no one. You want to believe everybody from Africa? That's you. I don't waste my time. I don't, only people I debate is my equals. Just like Dr. John Henry Clark said, all others I teach. All others I teach. That's why I be telling my brothers and sisters, I said, well, I don't come with no disrespect. I come with love. I come with love, you know? Hold on, y'all. And love is a double-edged blade. In the church, this would be intermission time, where everybody give a donation. Y'all know my handle. This is where everybody should be giving a donation. I can send you some literature. Everybody on here should be able to at least give $10. Why not? So I'm going to give y'all some wisdom real fast. Let me see. Before I get out of here. Let me see what I'm on. Let me see how long I've been going on. Okay, 47 minutes. I'm gonna drop some down for y'all real fast. My homie said everybody should give. He said everybody will give $10 to sheep. I'll be blessing people. I got a couple of people on here that they be sending donations every time I talk. He was like, man, my daughter go to Howard. And she talked about she taking African American studies. He like the professor asked, who is she talking to? I've been opening up her whole chamber. I told y'all I do this in real life. In real life. But all my brothers and sisters in the city of Flint, come on, y'all. Y'all got to come in, man. Don't watch me. Don't just sit and watch and be on the outside, and we can sit down and have our powwow meetings, and I can educate everybody, and everybody can give a small donation. I'm telling y'all. And we can build our community in our city of Flint, where my sister on here, my sister Sonya on here, she'll tell you. Man, she just came to Flint. I'm telling you, I know what we can do. We can own block. We can buy up the block and have it as our religious community. Everything we do can be donated to the church. I can give people taxes and receipts. You're not getting a tax return. You're getting a small tittle of what Uncle Sam took out of your check the whole year, and you don't know. I bet you I know. Once, if you be honest, you tell me what you make without taxes. You tell me what the percentage you let Uncle Sam take out your check. I guarantee you, I'm going to tell you how much it is. Right on the nose. I guarantee you. Why? Because this is what I do. I take account. I do all this. I can do people tapping with my eyes closed. I ain't doing it. Because why? Because I don't even roll like that. Because everybody that asked me to do it before, when I first got to college, and then I'm going to use my cousin, and I said, nope. I'm going to ask my sister. My sister right here, I don't play that. When I was a child, I act like a child. I did childish things. I did all my mischievous. I'm an elder. I'm an elder. I ain't got time to be playing out here. I don't have time. I'm going to tell you if you playing. I'm going to tell you exactly what you're doing off the top. Why? Because I'm going to tell you playing. Why? And you're going to know that I know you playing. That's why nobody come to me with that fake hustler. Anything on social media, I tell them it's fake. I've been telling y'all it's fake, but y'all follow the fake stuff. They know better to come on my page and say, I'll tell it all. Like, y'all the ones going to be in trouble, not me. So I'm going to talk about two little things, and then I'm going to go down a little book list. If y'all like what I'm saying, I'm going to stop with the book list, because this book list is from all different scholars and some I gathered. Hold on, let me tell my cousin I'm going to call him right back. Peace, cuzzo. Nothing, family. You off work? You got okay, cause let me call you right back. I was talking real fast on live, okay? Okay, I'll call you right back for sure, cuz. All right, peace. Dang, my stuff jumping. Hello? What's up, man? Look, check this out. I'm live. Can I call you right back? All right, peace and love. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I get love. Like I said, I get more love than hate, man. Especially my muftis. I met all my muftis, man. That's why I have so much gratitude. And I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. Y'all gotta understand when you righteous, it's not just your only people that'll help you when you're a scholar and alumni. It's those that don't look like you too. I'm telling you. When it's a brotherhood, I keep telling people, I'm part of something that's real. Your own brother that y'all knew. I ain't just come up with, oh, I'm gonna get my own fraternal order and my brotherhood. Like, come on, I had to. Because I'm not going to nothing lower than me. Anybody over here, Prince Harlem Mason, I bet you can sit down, I bet you the light will be put out with love. With not no disrespect, because they're not gonna come there. They're gonna have to, because the wisdom is attentive. With all due respect. And it's no disrespect. This is just what it is. So I'm gonna talk about a little bit about setting up your own church. I'm not gonna go all into it because I tell people, I've been doing this for years. I went to school for this. I've done this to help people. I got donations from a lot of real people. When I tell people, you got a will, that's litigation. What you mean, she? Okay, say you got X amount of dollars, and you have a will, and you have a child or whatever that you ain't been dealing with, and they gonna come and try to sue the estate. The attorneys know that too. They gonna suck the money up. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff. You take things out of what? I just said litigation, but that's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna talk about a little bit when people say, well, would you give advice on what type of trust? No. What I'm saying is for education purposes only. I can educate you. You can do whatever you want. You go talk to an attorney, you sit down, you do that, you have the information that I say as well, and you ask questions. Just like if you were going through a case, and I'd be that legal advisor in your best interest. I'm not telling you what to do or whatever, but I'll say, ask your attorney this, ask him this, instead of you going there not knowing nothing. Because I'm going to talk about precedent law cases, doc numbers. I'm going to talk about the Free Information Act. I'm going to talk about things that was done in these chambers for the record, Your Honor, and you chambers might blah, blah, blah with the same crime. I'm going to talk about precedent law cases and doc number. I'm going to go through all the Chicago Review, and maybe your attorney or lawyer, whatever you want to call it, might play like he don't know. Because they do that as well, because they're going to get paid regardless. But you have to know that. And it's right that you have when you feel that's happening. It can be done a certain way, but we don't know this. Why? Because it ain't been taught. I'm telling you what I know, because I've been part of an elite group. This is what I'm telling people. Everybody be talking about, oh, this is scary. I said, dude, we are the enlightened ones. You got to understand this. It's just been taught to you in reverse. Your brother right here in your face, and I ain't accepted in my own people, but I am with my others. That's the problem, and I can tell you way more. I ain't took no oath. Am I initiated? Yes, into the wisdom and the understanding. I ain't took no oath, because if I took an oath, I wouldn't be talking to you like this every day. I would tell you I got my own charter. Everybody know I've been doing this for years. This is what I'm telling you. People be upset because yes, certain stuff about the Moorish Science Temple, I know. They be upset when I say, hey, if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. They be upset because they know I know. I said, you can't be a mapping guy and leave people in the burning house with telling people they don't pay taxes and do all this, and then you get locked up for having people file fake taxes. So don't come to me with that. And if we're going to operate, if people be limited, that's why I don't get all in that hocus pocus stuff and that magical stuff. The Moorish Science Temple of America was not no Islamic sect, not no government sect. It was a school. If you don't understand that ain't, it means, it don't make me no difference. Makes me no difference. You won't never see me argue with no one. Do you? Do you? People be coming up with all that fantasy land stuff. I said, let's see how it work out for you. People be coming up with fantasy land stuff. I ain't with it. People be coming up with fantasy land. I said, you got to play with the 1099 on it, and you talk about this some trust fund at the end of the rainbow, and I already showed you that's a religious affidavit, how the Moorish Science Temple was set up, and I can give you I got the official record with the seal on it from the county clerk, recorder of deeds. You the one that's playing, not me. It's the mandate out. Why? Because you're not part of the Moorish Science Temple of America that the prophet set up. So you're doing things in false pretense. It's a law that says what you're doing, but I ain't the one that's gonna tell you. I already did this. I showed you how things written in reverse in Jonatias. But that's a whole other thing. What you mean, she? Hey, you ain't gotta listen to me. Nobody have to listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you the 1099 ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. It's a religious affidavit. So when people be having a plate with that on there, I say, where you get it from? And what you think it mean? With all due respect, they be stuttering. I said, yeah, you done played yourself. And you put it on social media. I said, don't you know that? They got the internet task force. What you mean, she? They done put the mandate. Ask a lot of them. They swooping them up with all the fake influencers. They getting them. Oh, I made $3 million in the COVID. Now you okay? On doing what? Everybody telling y'all your social security number is attached to this. Okay, if yours is, why they don't have it? They ain't even smart as Bernie Madoff. I've been telling y'all this for years. It's payola. It's a pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme. Y'all don't see this? They just keep redoing it. Michael Novick did it, and now this other dude doing it. I'll be like, man, y'all still like this is a Jedi mind trick. And then the other thing is Roger Elvig stuff. Just research what I'm saying. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. This stuff is too easy. A lot of people make Moorish science something not real. I said, dude, everything about the Moorish Science Temple of America can be looked up. Why? Because it's free information. It's public information. Just like if I said I got a bachelor's degree from Clear University, you can look me up in the archives. Just like if I said I got a dual master's degree from Grand Canyon University, you can look me up in the archives. That's why. That's why. I ain't one of them people that get a fake on the internet and say, hey, with the singer tank and say they got a dual master's degree for some ICDC college and play y'all and say they got 400 acres and everybody been played. I say you want to get played by your people. They don't do this to nobody else. I told y'all it's a Jedi mind trick. I can teach y'all all this. It's a book called The Influencer. That's why they'll never say nothing to me. None of them. And I stand on all by my own. Everybody know me. I give my life for what I believe in. I done been through too much. I stand alone. Everybody that know me know that. This is what I'm saying. I'm coming with the real. And whatever I got, I'm investing in it. This is what I'm telling us, man. We can. We can do this, y'all. Think about what I'm saying. Just think about what I'm saying. So as I talk about this little trust, think about this. Just think about this. And everybody was saying, you can do this and all this. I said, no, you don't want to do nothing wrong. You want to do things right. What? Everything. Not this, not a little bit, not 75, 100% right. And there's no reason that you can't do everything right. Why? Because law governs all events. Why? I just told you. Law governs all events. You don't know that? Well, that's why I need to teach you. Once you understand all this, because you say Moorish science, you're supposed to have a clear understanding, I hope you would give gratitude. And if you were sincere, you have to admit that you were sincerely wrong. Why? Because it's only one law, it's only one science. That's why. So, let's tittle. Because everybody be asking me this. This is a nugget. I'm going to give y'all. I'm telling you, this information I give people to take to the people that set it up. And they give donations. They be like, thank you, man. Because I asked all these questions when I was getting ready to get this set up. And they said, well, who are you talking to? And it was like, my advisor. And they were like, well, tell your advisor, you set them up to ask all the right questions. Because a lot of people go in there knowing nothing. And let these people set things up in a certain way. You don't know the language. You don't have nothing to ask. You should never go, shit. Understand what I'm saying. You should have some ammo. Think what I'm saying. Thanks for the donation, fam. What he said? He said, man, he was like, bro, you giving too much wisdom. No, I'm not. This is what I tell people. I have to show people. Like, what I have is a gift. That's why I say a workman is due his hire. That's why I say people give donations. I don't charge nothing. Deal with me and ask me some questions. You say, man, I give donation, and brother, I'll give you some education purposes only so you can take to whoever you're dealing with. So, how do you fund a living trust? I'm just going to give you a title. Once you sign your living trust document, the next step is to change, and this is for all education purposes only. Once again, all educational purposes only. I told y'all I can teach anybody anything with the snap of a finger. Why? Because I've done this in real life. I continue to do it. I keep telling y'all gonna miss out. Because once I'm gone, I'm gone. Once you sign your living trust document, the next step is to change titles and beneficiary designations to your trust. This is called what? Do anybody know? It's called funding your trust. Man, it's warm back here. Goodness gracious. Hold on, y'all. I don't know how to game on. So I'm gonna give you all this. If y'all want more, just let me know, because I'm not gonna give too much. I'm gonna watch the game with my dad. But if y'all want more, give a don't. I'm telling you, why not? I'm telling y'all will love this. Your whole family will tune in. But let me finish y'all this. But this is called funding your trust or your living trust. And this is probably the most important part of getting a living trust. If you sign your living trust document but haven't changed titles and beneficiary designations, you're simply wasted your money. You may have a great trust, but until you find it, it doesn't control anything, because your living trust can only control the assets you put into it. And I'm stopping right there. I'll show you who will fund your trust. You should know that. How difficult is funding process. I'm not going to go all into it because I don't have to. How to change titles and beneficiary designations. If you live in a community property state, if you live in a non-community property state, your home, your real estate, your land, your condominium, ET, out-of-state property, current mortgage, if you have that, homeowners liability and title insurance, property taxes, transfer taxes, exemption from capital gains tax when residents sold. What do you mean? Okay. The Taxpayer Relief Act of 1997, the homestead exemption from creditors, the rental real estate. I can go on and on. Certificates of deposit. What about FDIC insurance, which is the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation? Insurance deposit at banks and savings associations that are FDIC members for up to a certain amount. I'm just telling you things for you can have ammo. I ain't telling you what to do, because that ain't what I do. That ain't what I do. For education purposes only. I can give you wisdom. I can give you wisdom. That's what you should want. You should want that source. So I can say, okay, this is what this is about. This is what this is about. Ask this. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give a little bit more to. So, funding your trust. I can go from A to Z, but I'm just gonna give a little intro. Once you executed a living trust as a part of your estate planning, in order for your trust to continue to meet your planning goals and to avoid probate, remember, litigation, a will is litigation. I hope y'all listening to me. To meet your planning goals and to avoid probate of your assets, you heard me, it is critical that your assets be titled in the name of your trust. Did you hear me? So when people talk about all this stuff, I say, you ain't got nothing. You setting up a trust, you ain't got nothing. You just talking folly-lolly. And you ain't no foreign national. That's an oxymoron. You playing. But you gonna see. The process of transferring your assets into your trust is called what? Trust funding. The purpose of this memorandum is to increase your understanding of that I'm going to take you to fund this type of trust per se. And your trust has its own legal name. Just like if you DBA, what you mean? Whatever, you don't even know. You say you got a business and everything under your name. You tying to, you twisting it. I'm gonna show you how to set your own company up as its own entity, build it wide with daily operations, and that's how you build your line of credit. I'm gonna show you how to register on the Dun & Bradstreet, all this stuff. I'm gonna show you things, how to fund yourself with your own self, and it's gonna help your line of credit and yours. Then you're gonna take yourself off, all these things. For educational purposes only, I teach this. I'm trying to tell you. But the legal name of your trust must state the names of your trustees who created the trust and the date the trust was signed. You know? And I do that stuff. I use, certain names for purposes of beneficiary designations and transferring ownership of assets into your trust. You see what I'm saying? I'll give you an analogy. Michael A. Thomas and Mary A. Thomas, trustees or their successors in trust under the, Michael J. Thomas, whatever name I just said, dated November 13, 2026, and any amendments thereto, Michael J. Thomas and such and such, trustees or their successors in trust under the such and such, such and such, such and such, such living trust, dated such date, and any amendments thereto. Just too simple. So you got funding various types of assets, cash accounts, you know what I mean, opening, closing of accounts, loss of privileges, imposing a penalty, printing the name of the trust on checks. You know how a person can be, what is called beneficiary. It's just like, okay, I might have said not a beneficiary, power of attorney. Power of attorney. It's like, you know, I talk about that too. You'd be like, what you mean? I said, you'll see. I just teach a lot, and that's why I tell everyone. So as I close, I got a whole book list. Now I'm not going over none of the books that I have in my book list. These are ancient books from scholars, a lot of them from Bobby Hemmitt, or a plethora of them from Bobby Hemmitt. And I'm just going to say a couple books, all these books I have in my library. That's why I'd be like, how can y'all disagree with what I'm saying? And if clearly I know people don't study and read. And then most people that study and read, they stay on a certain perspective. I say that's not history. We can't be biased. We can't be biased and stay from a perspective. I'm not. I just say, man, I'm just studying as a historian. I have a right of a nationality and a right to change it. I asked every brother out here, what's the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15? And no one can know it. I said, how you don't know the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15? I said, why not? You talk this civic stuff, and when I tell people you, how can I say, sincerely wrong with what you're saying, and I say, tell me what the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15 clearly states. Most don't know it. Most of our own people say, no, Charlie, plagiarize the Morris Quran. I said, I done showed you where the Morris Quran come from. If y'all got to do is follow, I done showed you where the Morris Quran come from. I done showed you. All my muftis got all the books. Why? Because I break it down. Our prophet said it was gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared. It come from a place. So if it come from a place, and if you're a scholar and educated, you should know where it come from. And you know Eliseus Levi was nothing but a transcriber. See, these is keys. So all that other stuff people talk about, I said, I'm under a different type of science, and I was homeschooled as well. I keep telling people, man, it's like we have to adapt to our teaching. So, and especially our brothers and sisters that can give you history and nationality and spirituality that go hand in hand, we cannot be operating with this uneducated stuff no more and act like there's something wrong with education when people be saying that's the WHITE man stuff. No, it's not. How? If we say we the first to everything and the first university in Salamanca and Spain and in Timbuktu, how can it be? And you have to go to Egypt and all those areas for medicine and everything. And in the book Stolen Legacy by George G.O. James, he tells you all Greek history is stolen Egyptian history. What are we talking about? That's a lazy man gospel. This ice, and I'm going to break it down a couple books. All this stuff is in my library. And I'm not going to include all the books that I have. So listen to this. And these books, how can I say, not requested, but how can Bobby Hemmitt say it, and C. Freeman L., they be holding up a lot of books and everything, and people be like, what book is that? And a lot of people be like, well, she got them all. He been talking about every one. That's why everybody be laughing, like if everybody went to court early, did is go back on my videos and use the science that you say that I, and when you be like, well, this person said this, and Bobby Hemmitt already told you that all the stuff you're doing, you're going to get locked up. Why? In 95. All the scholars have been saying it, and we let these people play with us. But let's proceed. This is a little book list. Of course, if anybody, it's the ISIS Papers by Francis Krells Wilson, The Hermetic. It's 3 Hermetics, one by Peter Gandy, one by Walter Scott, and one by Copenhagen. Pagan's Origin of the Christ Myth by John G. Jackson. Y'all know who John G. Jackson is. And every book I'm talking about, I'll lecture. One of my professors said, you like the book of Eli. I said, I have to. I said, I did what Google did. Google spent $25 million converting books to ebooks. A lot of chapters they took out as well. I just did the same thing when I got hip to it. Once I found out what they was doing, because in business, you know, you can look up everything. And I'm like, damn, they spent $25 million to convert a lot of books to ebooks. I feel like they were doing the same thing the book burning did back in the times. And a lot of books, like there's a book called The Ariel by Bertrand Thomas, one of the chapters took out to show the genetics. There's so many books that showed you. I got dictionaries by Russian scholars like Vladimir Dale, show you who the real ancient Arab is. A-R-A-P, not A-R-A-B, and it's melanated. I got Bertram Thomas books called The Arab Tell You the Truth, with all due respect. Scholars, educators that don't look like me. Gerald Massey, all these books. I'm telling you, Natural Genesis, scholars, even the One World Tartarians, when I be telling people, I don't have to talk about none of our scholars, I use all their scholars. And that's just a small tittle. I keep telling everyone, if anybody a Freemason on here, it's the Osiris Mysteries. If any brother that's a Freemason and a preacher on here, with all due respect, they're not telling you the truth. Why? Because I know. How? Because you took an oath. And in the Bible, we don't take an oath to no matter what, who you got, a potentate. And if you're a Prince Hall Mason, with all due respect, for no disrespect, that's only 32 degrees. That's in meteorology. That's when water freezes. It ain't no secret with me. It's sacred. Nothing secret with me. It's sacred. But I love my brothers. I love all my brothers, because if you're a Mason and your son don't know the science, what you got to hide? If you don't know the Osiris Mysteries, and then you would say, well, that got to be your special interest in the temple. That ain't nobody's special interest. You're supposed to be teaching people who you are. If your linguistics is not right, if you out here calling people Negro, Black, and colored African Americans, and I can give you scholarship telling you with this word Negro, I can show y'all history. I'm trying to tell y'all. And what the prophet set up is real. The Moorish Science Temple of America, one of them is in my city of Flint on Martin Luther King Avenue. I don't know when them brothers be there. I ain't here to talk about nobody, but it's been there forever. You can pull it up. You call the number, it's disconnected. No disrespect to no one. No disrespect to no one. Let's proceed. The Egyptian Book of the Dead by Muta Ashley. Legends of the Egyptian Gods. Of course, a whole other series by E.A. Wallace Budge. I got all of them. The Cyrus Mysteries. Christianity Before Christ. Selected writings and speeches of Marcus Garvey. And when people be like, what you mean, Sheik? When I say, listen, Marcus Garvey, we compare Marcus Garvey as to John the Baptist, the harbinger, the one that came to prepare a table. Understand what I'm saying? Understand. That's why Marcus Garvey is in there. There's a lot of other stuff I'll clear up as well, with all due respect, but let's proceed. Things fall apart. The Ankh, African origins of electromagnetism, African origins of civilization, myth or reality. Sheikh Anadia has a plethora of wisdom. Without Sanctuary. I shared that book. I said, TikTok gonna ban me, showed it. I got the whole book, Without Sanctuary. Why Darkness Matters. The Power of Melanin in the Brain. Behold a Pale Horse. I illuminate all that and show you. They still try to wrap that up, and I illuminate it all. Because he was a lower level Mason. Him and Zachariah Stitchin that came with all that Anunnaki stuff. I already proved, with all due respect and educational purpose only, that Anunnaki is Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. The Anunnaki is you and me. I'll get the lexicon and show you. All the whole attire explains you. From the sash, from the tunic, cotton or silk, from the cornrows, and with the tapi or the tarbouche. So we can end that. From the motherland to the mothership, secret source, earth plendium, keys to the living library, who's who in Egypt mythology, psychic self-defense, conflicting genesis, neutrinoids, and genocide. Gnosis, it's two Gnosis, one by Philip Gardner, another by Kurt Rudolph, Urugra, 1984 by George Orwell, I love that book, Cosmic Voyage, The Maritime Chronicles, The Island of Dr. Moreau, I love that one too, I love all of them, but The Alchemist, I like The Art of War, that's a good one, The Historical Origins of Christianity, Walter Williams, Metanetter, I got all the volumes, Act of Philosophy, Ancient Egyptian Life of the World, by our scholar, I was talking about Gerald Massey, that wrote Natural Genesis series, Pregnant Darkness, Alchemy, and the Rebirth of Consciousness, The Sufis, The Historical Jesus and the Mystical Christ, by Noble Gerald Massey, The Coming Race, Saturn, A New Look at an Old Devil, that's a beautiful book, Both of the Beginnings, by Gerald Massey, The Way of Hermes, Clement Salomon, The Book of Law, Aleister Crowley, all of them. I'll show you how to reverse all that, but we can't be afraid of Aleister Crowley. Even Pascal Beverly Randolph is more science watered down. Even, what's her name? Alan Blavatsky, she'll tell you it's more science. Y'all don't know. I'm telling you, all taught by models. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. The Rosicrucian Cosmo Conception, the God Genes, the Kemetic Tree of Life, Echoes of the Old Dark Land, Atlantis and Lemuria, the Third Eye, Supreme Mathematics of African Maya, lost cities and ancient mysteries of the South, lost cities of the North, from fetish to God, the Africans who wrote the Bible, medical apartheid, the conspiracy to destroy black women, the name Negro, the conspiracy to destroy black boys and girls, philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey, the Woman's Encyclopedia of Myth and Secrets, the Woman Dictionary of Symbols and Sacred Objects, The First Americans Were Africans by Dr. David Imhotep. I love that book. The Immortal Life of Hernetta Lacks. And when I say the first Americans were Africans, you have to see, because when I show you the 1828 Webster Dictionary, you look up what American is. The American is the copper color races found here by the Europeans. But now this, you have to research, and then we have to have a conversation and correct linguistics. Understand what I'm saying? With all due respect for my brothers with the back to Africa, we shouldn't be arguing, but that's a whole other teaching. The Immortal Life of the Henrietta, Making Sense of the Madness, Melatonin, Your Body, Own Wonder Drug, Armageddon Now, Basic Magic, The Modern Alchemist, African Origin of Biological Psychiatry, Melanin, The Key to Freedom, the Diligon, Osiris, Proverbs, Sacrifices. I got other books about the Oshira, Orisha, Santeria, and Aliko, a lot of other African spirits that I do with the Moradine and Credo Matula. With all due respect. Ancient Christian magic, the historical origins of Islam, spiritual cleansing, psychic defense, Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and fortune. I'm gonna add one, Mami Watas, the symbols, with the Catholic Church hidden. When y'all see God Artemis and y'all see they did the spaceship of that, I teach y'all that. I'm telling you, all in the Catholic Church, they know what I'm talking about. The Asiatic woman. I'm telling you. They always talk about the Zodiacus. I'm telling you facts. Cosmic memory, Atlantis, the antediluvian world, astral dynamics, temples of light, dirt, social history, hell, etc., elixir of immortality, the destruction of black civilization, the secret books of the Egyptian Gnostics, the astral body, the metaphysics of sex, the theology of time, other tongues, other flesh, stolen legacy by Elder George G.M. James, 3 initiates, Kundalini from the New Age, selected writings of Gopi Krishna, the Confessions by Nat Turner, Ruled by Secrecy, biographies of the great kings and queens of Africa, and notable black men and women. You know, the people could fly. The Kabbalah, a study of the Hermetic, connotated as Hermetic, Kemetic philosophy of ancient Egypt and Greece. The Serpent Grail, Circle of Isis, a people, history of the United States, aka no disrespect. White people ruin everything. No disrespect. That's the name of the book. For education purposes only. No disrespect. No disrespect. Cosmic Trigger, the people of the secret, the ancient power of the flower of life. When I show y'all Terrence Howard, when people be in a profession and people be saying stuff and I be like, dude, y'all just don't know where all this is coming from. Why? Because you're not into it. And when I just say, I'll pull up all the volumes of the ancient flower of life, then show you where the ancient flower of life come from, then nobody can say nothing. And he named himself Melchizedek, just like, with all due respect, the European named himself El Elyon in Atlantis of the Latter Days, one of the high Masonic books, because the higher science, they know it's nothing but the Osiris mysteries. I'm telling you, abracadabra, tales of the Cthulhu mythos, sun gods in exile, oracle of the Illuminati, the perfect sermon and the Asclepius, angels, demons, gods of the new millennium, the golden fleece and alchemy, gospel of the zodiac. Just like when you hear preachers say, well, the zodiac, that's evil. And I say, well, tell me what Mazzaroth mean in your Bible. And then let's come back. Because the Creator named the heavens and the earth. Why? That's the constellations. So research what does zodiac mean in your biblical scripture. Do it right now. Do it right now as I'm finished breaking these books down. Ask your smartphone, say, what does Mazzaroth mean in the Bible? And then let's see what it says. So any preacher that said this is not right, they done, with all due respect. Any preacher that say, why we just can't be, God don't need this and all that, because in the Bible, the scripture says God need prophets, this and that and that and the other to build up the kingdom. That's why. Biblically, let's proceed. Gospel of the Zodiac, Lucifer dethroned, Hermetic magic, the Gnostic scriptures, the Nag Hammadi scriptures, Basic of Magic, the Golden Dawn Journal, the Virgin of the World, the Gotha, Universe, Earth, and Man, the Cup of Destiny, the Apocrypha of Janus and Jambres, the Astral Plane, the Solar System, the Egyptian Mysteries, the Secret Teachings for all ages. So now, as I said, the Secret Teachings of all ages, that's the European name, Manly P. Hall. A lot of other Masons, they don't like Manly P. Hall, don't matter, because Manly P. Hall knew a lot. And so at the Philosophical Research Society, they got a whole library named after Manly P. Hall. So if a person want to come and say all this and the other, they just upset. And they can't come with none of that snowman wisdom, because I got everything. With all due respect, man. And I've been telling people I'm not coming with disrespect. I'm coming with all love. I'm coming with all love. The Monuments of Mars, the Tree of Life, the Fall of America, Brave New World, the Thousand Seasons, Civilizations of Barbarism by Sheikh Anta Diop, Ancient and Modern Britons, David McRitchie got 2 volumes. He'll tell you who the Ancient and Modern Britons is. The Diplomatic Relations of the United States, Encyclopedia of Spirits, Trans, the Great Cosmic Mother, the Gnostics, the Cube of Space, Meditations on the Cube of Space, Kevin Townley, the Anatomy, the Anatomy of the Body of God, Astral Travel, Mind Power into the 21st Century, Lucid Living, The Hidden Creator, Secret of Regeneration, The Great Red Dragon, The Handbook of Yoruba Religious Concepts, Yoruba Legends, Wise Women of the Dream Time, Astral Travel, Siva, Daimonic Reality, The Dream and the Underworld, The Archetypes and the Collective Unconsciousness, Mysterium, Continuous, Eon, Psychology and Alchemy, The Presence of Siva, Hebrewnness, The Black Sun, Equinox of the Gods, Necronomics. I mean, I have too much, man. Like, and that's a whole list that I got from an elder. I got elders and everything. I got professors that old European potentates and Jewish professors that I met at GCU. Ask my empress, ask my family. I got 3 storage units with books to the ceiling. I'm talking about I got expensive books. I got expensive old dictionaries. When I be like, I correct the language, when people be talking about black, I say, well, in 1st century, black was not used to describe ethnicity in 1st century. Black was only used to describe in the theater when the curtain came down. Can't get mad at me. That's why when I be saying Willie Lynch and all this stuff, I said the language is not right. I said a certain area, why would you lynch your property? I keep telling people, I lecture this in college. They let us have anything. There's no such thing as Willie Lynch letter. Don't y'all know it'd be, if it was a Willie Lynch letter, it would be in the Library of Congress. It would be in the Library of Congress. It's no Willie Lynch letter. It's propaganda. All the rappers that rapped about it, either they just didn't know. And I love Farrakhan. That's why I said I don't know why people do that to try to prove a point. You ain't got to do that. That's a false narrative. Just like Roots. I keep telling y'all, none of this stuff is real. Y'all don't know. Roots come from a European named Harold Colander. He has a book called The African. The book African is a Eurocentric propaganda book. Harold Colander and Zachariah Stitchin and my man, what's his name, that wrote Behold a Pale Horse, all lower level Masons. I'll show y'all the picture. If they were alive today, they won't say nothing. With all due respect. Why? Because I got the keys. I'm telling you big facts. You can't be mad at me. Nobody can be mad at me. Nobody. I'm telling you facts. But I have a whole library, and I'll talk about a little about the books that I just download in my archive. When I say it's one of the books that everybody be asking me about, is a book called The Ark Before Noah. I got Indigenous Peoples, History of the United States. I'm just naming a few. I'm just gonna show you the range of half of this library. Where when I say they study us to a T, when I went to university, what you think they talking about? They talking about us. When I show who Ephraim really is, I said, yeah, you can be adopted to things. I get that. I lecture this in university. I got my dual master's degree from a Christian university. You know I have to be right. And then I'm coming in there with all this on. I have to show them like I'm not Al-Islam. I'm Sufi. I understand the Paraclete, the Fatimid, the Jerusalem. I'm Tasawwuf. I have a clear understanding. I don't operate under nothing outside of myself. That's why I have a brotherhood. That's why I have my own charter. Can't be no 2 gospels. You got to put them in hand. I keep telling y'all. That's why in the biblical scriptures, a brotherhood is like sweet oil going down to the head, to the beard, to the shirt. Jesus, Yahshua, whatever you want to call it, was under the order of Melchizedek. How no preacher, well, we don't know who Melchizedek is. No, you don't. You don't. You don't know. So that's what you say. How can Jesus, Yahshua, be under the order, brotherhood of Melchizedek, and you don't know nothing about it? Because you don't know language, and you know how to study it, and you don't have the Jewish text. You don't know this, you don't know Sephora, you don't know this, blah, 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 blah. Why? Because this is a science. This is a real craft. In the biblical scriptures, it says it's qualifications to be a pastor, a sheik, a rabbi, a sensei, etc. It's qualifications. Read it for yourself. But you say you was called, and I say whatever. Native American roots. Philip Gardner, secret societies. This just a little plethora, of things. Let me see. Can I close that? Okay. Let me see if I can keep sliding. And then I got ancient stuff too. Let's see if y'all ever heard of this. I gotta get out of here. Universal Knowledge, a reprint of the last 1880 Edinburgh and London edition. Old books, man. I'm talking about old books. Okay, I gotta get out from here. Let me see if I can just go somewhere. I got all Dr. Sebi books. Then I got the book. It's called Herbology for Home Study. It's by the Honduras doctor that a lot of the wisdom Dr. Sebi talking about come from there. I got the mound builders. I got all the history of the Mississippians. When I tell people, they're like, what you mean? I'll be like, hey man, I just teach the science. I got all the Empress Gastineau Bay, the Indian tribes of the upper Mississippi Valley and the region of the Great Lakes. Y'all hear me? I know y'all hear me. The Kerner Report, what happened, why did it happen, what can be done, report of the National Advisory Commission on Civil Disorders. People that be talking about stuff, I say, yeah, I got everything that anybody can look for. Why? Because I've done this in academia. I have a full library. I don't want to talk about too much more, but I want my people to get with me. I got books. Okay, I'll show y'all 3 more books. When a person like, huh? The one book is it's called The Moors' Last Stand, How 7 Centuries of Muslim Rule in Spain Came to an End. And it's by a European scholar, a European lady named Elizabeth Dryson. I keep telling people, I said, it's a book by Peter Lambert Wilson, Sacred Drift, that talk about the prophet. History of the Conquest of Spain by the Arab Moors. There's a whole bunch of ancient documents. The American Foreign Service Journal. I got so much to educate the whole world. The Moors' Last Stand. Oh, I told y'all about her. The Real Facts About Ethiopia. I got all J.A. Rogers books. All our scholars, I have them all. All our scholars. I can re-educate all of us. I got all J.A. Rogers books. The 5 Negro Presidents. The 5 Negro Presidents according to what misnomer, no disrespect, white people said. Copywritten in 1965 by our elder J.A. Rogers. With all due respect, no disrespect. Y'all remember Henry Louis Gates also wrote 100 Amazing Facts. It's stuff I can show y'all, man, about the Big Six, how a lot of them sold everybody out for $250,000. No disrespect. Sheikh Anta Diop, I got all his books, Civilization or Barbarism. Why would you go anywhere else and get anything? Then I got documents to show you how Carthage was a black civilization. I can show you all it from educational purposes only. So when the so-called black history comes, we change the paradigm, the destruction of black civilization. I got all these books. I got beginners, real estate investments, all these manuals so we can learn. I got the Bible science, the Bible Quran, all these things, collection writing of Marcus Garvey. Everything I've been talking about, I have it. Collective writings of John Henry Clark. I have everything for y'all. Not only ancient documents, this is what I do. Esoteric Islam. I've been teaching people esoteric Islam. When I show y'all, it's all connected to the zodiacs, and y'all don't even know it. I just told y'all, look up Mazarot in the biblical scriptures. I'm gonna show y'all what the so-called 12 disciples all about. I teach this. I was like, dude, y'all don't know it because they got us on our knees and they using it for power. The only way to dispel anything, you have to know the spell. Time and frequency, theory of fundamentals. What you mean, Sheik? I teach this. I'm telling you, I'm a teacher in real life. I can teach our babies. And then I know how to get our kids that might not have a father figure or a male figure. Y'all should want us to build this. We don't want nobody else diagnosing our kids. I'm giving them love. I'm telling them, I'm showing them who they are, and everybody can support. But that's all I want to do, man. I'm finna get out of here because it's just too much. And like I tell everybody, I have a full database of all type of books, everything, all different subjects. I have a book right here called The Cannabis Christ. That's so deep. That's so deep. When I talk about the shashat, people are like, what's the shashat? And I'll show you. I don't tell nobody what to do. I keep telling people, I say, everything is a metaphor, analogy, and a parable. I teach this. Why don't my people love me? And I teach others. I keep telling you, I don't come from no biasness. I'm going to give you everything. If a person says this, that, and the other, you're going to have to show me. Melanin, the chemical key to black greatness. I can't acquire all this wisdom from academia and do all this and teach others. And then I can't be able to bring this back to my people. I show you how the Bible, the Quran, and science, I can show you all this because we lost. People getting we get linguistically caught up. You know? I'm telling y'all, man. We got to dispel that. It's not Crips and Bloods. We getting played. I tell y'all, it's the brotherhood. You get caught up linguistically. It's nothing outside of yourself. The Bible teaches. He said man was made in the image of God. Abraham. Y'all don't know this? Everything else is a metaphor, analogy, and parable. I will teach you this. You don't know this? Y'all don't know this. Oh, man, that's why I be looking at my brothers that say they ministers. I said, oh, you tripping. You looking at my tie. You thinking I'm some Al-Islam Muslim. I just told you. Look in the Bible. The high priest wore a turban with the what? Jewel on top. Ask the Bible. Say where in the Bible did the high priest wear a turban with the jewel on it? Ask, it's going to tell you. Say, in the Bible, they wore tunics, cotton or silk with the sash on it. Who do it look like? Me. Ain't nowhere in the Bible Jesus wore no bow tie, with no due respect, or no suit, or no Steve Harvey suit. And up there shucking and jiving. If we talking about likeness and image, if anything to that, when we talk about image, I look more close to that than anybody you can see. Because I meet every single day. See, these is keys. And y'all don't even be, and I have my breastplate. So you identify with a high priest. That's why I be telling people, I said, man, stop the cap, man. Other nationalities that come up to me, oh, I love your national heritage, you a sheep. I wish my boy Shannon was on here. My homeboy just lost his brother, Mike Evans. I'm jogging down the street. He'll tell you, I'm jogging. An old European Albion man, he came out, old military dude, right out the little bus stop. Are you a sheep? I was like, why would you say that? He said, because you look like one. He's like, I ain't seen no disrespect. He was like, I ain't seen no black man. He was like, he's from London. And he said he's seen a lot of melanated sheiks, and they own cab companies. He said, you look just like them. And he said, I be hearing you talking, jogging. He said, you be talking the whole way while you be jogging? He said, how old are you? I was like, I'm 49. He said, holy. He said, you do this every day? I'll be right here. And we talked, and he said, he gave a little, a piece, and I kept it pushing. But the Virl, I got so much stuff. People like, what's the Virl? Occult Secrets, the VRIL. I said, I got a lot to show y'all. That's why all my brothers that's real potentates and educated, they're like, you got to get your own brotherhood and fraternal order. I'm telling you. Listen, I bring people up from snowmen. I'm trying to get all my friends. The book of Sitra Akra. These are glimmers of the dragons of the other side. When I show you, we remove the veil of everything. When I show you all the signs and symbols, I say we do it all this because everything is in reverse. I'll give you an analogy like the Baphomet. The Baphomet is written Kabbalistically. Temp, Ho, Habs, Abba. What you mean? I teach you another thing. Just like in the Bible, Lucifer, the morning star. What you mean? I have to teach you. I'm telling you, there ain't no disrespect. A lot of people have wisdom. I'll give you another lineage, like Dr. York. Dr. York had a lot of wisdom. But when people get accused of things, I don't get in it, but I know where all the wisdom comes from. And they know it too. That's why they were the feds. That's why before it's something called Signs and Symbols of the Primordial Man by Albert Churchward. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you what I know. With no disrespect. So I don't want to talk about any more books because it's just too much. I just hope my brothers and sisters get to the point where they support. Now, this book right here is called The Message or The Hidden Messages in Water. When I was speaking to one of my homeboys that don't believe in nothing, he said, I'm an atheist. And I said, well, he was like, well, you know what an atheist is? I said, yes. I said, that don't mean you know devil worshiper. He was like, how do you know? I said, bro, I study everything. And I understand you don't believe in no pie God. But I said, I bet you believe in sustainability. And I said, what, water, earth, air, river. I said, if all that was taken, we all be gone. He said, see, I can deal with you. Cause see, he like you a scientist, and you can get anybody, no matter what tool they use. Cause I got them all in our toolbox. That's in chapter 5 of our Morris Quran. These are the tools. I told you I come with wisdom, so I'm gonna always bring light. That's what light does. I keep telling people. So I come with the hidden messages in water, and I got him with that wisdom, captivated. Start calling his mama everything. He was like, brother, I heard nobody speak about that. He said, how? He like, how do you do that? I said, brother, I keep telling people. I said, it mean things. If you can use things to help people, I ain't got to 49 from nowhere. I've seen everything. I can help everybody. This is what I keep telling people. I said, come on, man. We got to get with this wisdom. Stop dealing with these people on this shady stuff. I can bring everything together with pictorials. I've been doing this. I can show you what the universe is made. I can show you all this stuff. I can show you how in all frozen images, when it's positive and negative, you can see how I'll show you how these crystals forms. You'll see that's for speaking positive words to things. And even in different languages and different frequencies, the symbologies of positive and negative. In water, in crystals, I'm telling you, and this how you talk. From wisdom, from understanding. I keep telling you, because the closest place to find anything you're looking for is in here. When the heart is pure, that's all that matters. Y'all got to understand me, and I'm your brother. What other gospel do all my friends and family want to listen to? Everybody go to church and listen to that and come on here and listen to me. It got to be something I'm saying. And y'all give money to these preachers. With no disrespect, these preachers ain't wrote nothing. I be in the streets. These preachers don't even donate. I'm in the streets. Just imagine if everybody donated to me like they donated to the church, and I can give everybody a tax and receipt what we have in our city of Flint where everybody from. We don't need no politicians. We need us. And everybody know what I can do. With the single moms, with the children, we have changed the whole thing. With the seniors, we have changed the whole game. We have changed the whole game. Everybody over the world can do it. I know we can. And this is what I be telling people. We gonna watch. We like party. We support the hip hop and stuff and all these entertainers that go all these places and won't even support this. Like my noble said, man, here it is. My wife asked him, would he buy a ticket to Usher? And he was like, Sheik, you know how hard it is to get my empress to donate with me? And I was like, what you mean? He was like, they don't understand it. And then they giving all this money to Uncle Sam. They watching me do this. They seeing us doing this. And this where they like, dude, if they women ain't rocking on this, it's no time. Because this is how we waste. We wasteful. I said, we supposed to be donating to our religious and charitable contribution of our choice, getting the tax and receipt, offsetting that the best we can. We're supposed to be getting educated on this. So why? Everybody can hold me accountable. And who buy the temple? The people and all stakeholders. The people own it. We can have something real, an infrastructure where we don't have to run about nothing. People can come to. We have something real, a library, a gym. Why? Because all I do is buy one. And then it's tax exempt receipt. Everybody get a tax exempt receipt, for your donation. And if you're really rocking smart, if you smart with your money, you can give 10% of your earned income, which we all supposed to do, especially if we rocking right, and then it's a wrap. I keep telling people, man, we got to support somebody that understand. We got to. What else we gonna do? We're going to go to Usher, we're going to go to these troops each year and then complain and know if you're doing that, you can help here too. Come on, man. And people choose not to do it. I said, we choose not to do it. I said, why would you donate to your brother, to your friend, your cousin, and I can give everybody a tax and a receipt to offset? My father is one of our biggest donors. My dad would come right here and sit right here. And my dad, asking what he donates each year to our organization. His tax preparer was like, your son at ministry, like, you should have been doing this. They're like, what do you mean? Like, so you haven't been doing it? How long your son been a minister? They're like, you. And it is what it is, but I'm the teacher. I'm loved in my house. Ask my mom. I got 5 of my professors that donate to me, and they a different nationality. They're like, we love what you're doing, son. They're like, if it ever get hard, you just have to come here and lecture. And I said, I just don't want to do that. Then I'm closed off. Because if I go on college campus, I'm shutting all this down. Why? Because I be lecturing, I be teaching. It's no need. It's just different for me when I'm on campus. When I be lecturing and doing all that, as soon as I'm done, the books that I just went through, and I said I got all these books, that's ebooks, I'll be letting them get them for pennies of dollars. They don't be letting me leave. I wish my empress was over here. She'd be like, y'all don't understand. One day she called me, she's like, you still up there? She ain't believe me. She drove up there. I'm still in there. She came, sat down. She was like, these students be here like this? I said, yeah, they into this. This is what I be telling. I tell people, it's different. In the cathedral, man, they be lecturing. They be like an hour. I lecture for hours. We take breaks, intermission. They be like, I have everything on the screen, and then after it, I go over books, and everybody, I say, well, they be like, well, don't be cheap. Just do bundles. because the students will get in groups. So it might be, say if it's, I'll say a small number when I first started. Say if it was just 40 students, they'd get in groups of fives, right? So, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 8 groups, right? And boom. So I do the books for, say, 40, 50 apiece. And they all split it 5 ways, so it'll be cheap. I give them all the taxes and receipt. And that's how I give books. They're like, man, they're like, no way your people ain't rocking with you. Because I got some on, I got my own other media, they be listening. That's how when my professor was on one day and he saw people talking stuff about me, the Europeans, he's like, how can anybody say something about you? Like, they don't even know you. They're like, they don't know you help all these people. And they're like, are these people crazy? They're like, yeah, like, shit, get off there. He's like, we'd help you. He's like, we'd help you. I promise you. Ask my mom now. He's like, I didn't know. He said, you got balls, excuse my candidate, to be on there taking that. He's like, people don't know you and you accept that? I said, well, that's what social media is. We disrespect each other. That a person that's doing something, I'm bringing wisdom. I ain't out here doing nothing, and our people to disrespect. Oh, what you got on your head? Who you think you is? And when other nationalities see me, it's love. I love your national headdress. You a sheik? Wow, where do you get that? Can I have one? The kids, different nationalities. Peace sheik, peace, and a misnomer, Indian sheiks. Peace sheik. This is what I be saying. I get love from all different people. Why my own people don't love me? Because we don't love ourselves. With all due respect, we don't love ourselves. And that's what I see. We don't love ourselves. Here I'm bringing everything good. You can fact check everything. And my people don't support me, and they go to church, and all you got to do is cipher some of that to right here. Because I'm going to do right. I'm buying one of these churches that just sit in our community. I'm changing the neighborhood. I'm going to have land. I'm showing kids how to garden and grow food. I'm going to have companies, landscaping companies, grass company, plow snow. I'm gonna show the kids how to own stuff. I know dudes that's master mechanics that's gonna show kids how to fix cars. They used to have that stuff at our schools. Auto mechanics and all that, they don't have that no more. If I show you all the woodwork my sister had me made with our family crest, man, I'm telling you, I bring people together. I know how to do things. Why? Because I've done it in Arizona. All I need is my people's support. I can give everybody a tax every receipt. So why nobody supporting me? Especially my people in my family that go to church. You got to tell me something. With all due respect, you got to tell me something, because I can't be the best thing from sliced bread like my dad said, and ain't nobody dropping me no nuggets. With all due respect, and you go to church every day, every week, and how you think I'm going to have something like the rest of these preachers? And teach them how? Tell me, all my family and friends, tell me, everybody, how do I have something? And then they come on my page and give me pennies, and they say, you telling the truth, you got all, no, don't nobody support me. And then you give to the church and don't get a tax and receipt. And be on here. This is the only way we're going to do it. How can I be all this and it's great and I don't get support financially just like everybody else, you say, and everybody compare me to this? And I said, why we can't? Tell me why. And everybody know it's folly lolly. Because I could say more. Everybody know it's folly lolly. I illuminate everything. My sister and my niece was sitting right here. I said, well, boom, boom, boom. All you got to do is open your Bible. You got the smartphone. Everything I'm saying is going to be manufactured. And it ain't nothing nobody can say. If you're going to talk that gospel, what gospel? All gospel. You're going to talk history, you're going to talk spirituality. What you going to talk? You're going to talk metaphysics. What you going to talk linguistics. What you going to talk civil law, criminal law. What you going to talk about? Nonprofit, business startup. I mean, what we going to talk about? Others winning. Because we're not jumping behind people that's doing it. And I can give everybody a tax and receipt. People that own things that ain't doing nothing with it, they can donate it to us. I can give you a tax and receipt, just like the Goodwill. Like my professor said, we should have been had a building. People don't understand this. It's too many abandoned churches in the city of Flint. You feel me? This all I'm saying. This is all I'm telling my people, because we are spiritual people. Who we gonna have if something happened to somebody in the family? I'm doing all the eulogies for these other people. I done moved there. So if something happened to somebody in the family right now, who gonna do your eulogy? Reverend Porkchop? And everybody know I'm educated, anointed, and consecrated. Who gonna do your eulogy? If somebody want to go into a marriage right now, you gonna go to the city hall and get a marriage license. And right now, like I said, I don't tell nobody what to do. But I just showed you what it is. Marriage license is you bringing somebody in your contract. If you understand more science, for all my brothers and sisters that don't have a religious head, you say you're more, and you go get a marriage license and say our prophet told you to do that. No, somebody else told you to do that. What's the score, Dad?
46-42.
What you mean?
Let me get my weed out.
Oh, okay. I got you. Hey, Dad.
Yeah,
Say, y'all hear my dad right there. What else you need? Your whole tray?
yeah.
In Arizona, when we was out there, them boys ain't had even the Morris Quran, did they?
None of them.
Y'all hear my dad? Do y'all hear my dad? This is my dad. They ain't even had a Morris Quran. And my dad called it off top. He said, but you got to see it yourself, son. This is my dad. My dad, 80, elder, look better than a whole bunch of people. And this is what I'm saying. If I'm supposed to be all that, why my people don't support me? I just asked the question. If I'm so great, all the work they see me do in my city of Flint, we depended on some mayor, some city council where they can't get along, but y'all know it. Most people don't know about law and policy, so why we ain't came together? Why? We got 10 acres in Kingsman, Arizona. People be talking about they want to have a farm. Okay, get together. Let's do something on our 10 acres. You can get a quarter of it. You can get something. We can put a greenhouse on it and do some things. Don't nobody be wanting to do nothing. Don't nobody want to do nothing. Everybody be in their little corner, their little shell, and want their little piece of raggedy something. That's why I said we ain't gonna never come together. We don't know about conglomerate. We don't know about tax exempt status. We don't know. Why? Because we haven't been educated on it. We losing. And my people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn. We losing. Do y'all understand? This stuff's supposed to be taught from the pulpit. No one on here can tell me they know what I'm saying when it comes to our nationality, our spirituality, and law governs all events and a lot of stuff that I'm talking about because it's not been taught. That's why a lot of people lose things. A lot of our athletes, they play sports and then they retire, they come back to the neighborhood, they don't own nothing because they gave all their money to the government. They didn't set their own organizations up or say, well, I'm going to donate to my bro organization so we can have some in the community, so we can have a library, so we can have a community center, so we can have our own spiritual house. I'm going to donate to my bro. I'm not just going to let them do whatever with my money. Do you understand what I be saying? We be losing it. That's how the Jewish community is popping. Y'all don't understand it. I said, hey, whatever. We missing it. Everybody think they're getting a tax return. You getting the tittle what they took out your whole year. I'm telling you, and we can support this, and we can own something in one calendar year. Just imagine if 300 people giving a small fraction of $100 a month. That's 360 grand a year. And that ain't a lot. Think about what I'm saying. When people be like, well, this, that, it got to start somewhere. How we going to do this? That's why I tell people in family, who going to be the spokesman for the family? I'll wait. Something happened to somebody right now, who's going to be the spokesman? Because I know what I'm doing for my immediate family. I know what I'm doing for my muftis. But what about everybody else that say you're gonna have a Christian funeral? Why? Because everybody gonna do your procedure and the preacher gonna do your stuff. It's probably be at your family grandma church or it's gonna be at the funeral home. And Reverend Porchop, with all due respect, is gonna do your Christian eulogy. If you want to get married, you're gonna go get a marriage license. And I don't tell nobody what to do in more science. If you part of your religion and your science and you have your sheet, I do it the right way. And we do the union certificate, which is our religious right. I'm trying to tell you. And these is facts. And I'm a divine minister. Before I even did this with Morris, I did it for other people. They were like, well, this is what we want to do, but we want you to do the ceremony. I said, okay. Because I'm a businessman. I got a degree in business. I let people know what they doing. I done married all different nationalities. And they like, well, no, we want you. Ask my wife. I married a Bosnian American family. My wife wanted a doctor. One of the doctors that worked with her. Bosnian American. They were like, no, we want your husband to do it. They knew, they were like telling them to wear his fez and turban and all that. I said, it's going to be hot in the summer. But I wore, my turban. They know all about the culture. They wanted me to do the union. Come on. And then when people in culture and morals, I said, well, your emperors have to understand this. And we can come from the Bible for that part of the family, and we're going to come from our science as well. And we're going to give everybody what they want. But if you run into things and say if things popping, I wouldn't recommend you get no marriage license. You don't have to. There's no reason. Your religious trump all that. Your religious rights trump all that. That's why you're supposed to be a part of your religious rights. You just don't know it. That's how you be what? Adopted per se, but that's a whole other teaching. The religious laws trump everything, I'm telling you. We just don't know it. And it's all due respect. But once again, all my family, everybody Moors that's on here, y'all don't have to go to all these platforms, Amazon and all this stuff. I got a whole library. Y'all should be hitting me up. You shouldn't ask me, what books I should get. If we into the science and you in your chamber, the things I'm going to give you, it's gonna be for your study. Specific things that you're looking for, I'll give you that. But if you're giving donations and things like you should be a part of the temple, it's gonna be things I'm gonna be giving you to build your library. Why? Because I've been through the chamber. This is building your library. And once your spirit, once your canal open up, your spirit's gonna lead you to those things. Why? Because I'm gonna be leading you because that's what I do. Ask any of my muftis. I teach all the way in circles. I do it every year. I teach in circles, especially in my private class. I teach in circles for you to have a clear understanding. For no mistake, this is a brotherhood. Y'all get ready to see our logo. I got jackets and everything. Y'all gonna see us. Y'all gonna see 100 brothers in my city of Flint. Young men too. No way I could come back to Mama City and reach out to people. And it was like, I wish you had a temple. I wish you had this. I'm talking to kids already. I'm taking kids to the Y, all this on my own, to the park on my own. I'm building something. The kids that everybody thought was bad, they not bad. They just need me. I'm telling you, I know. And the ones that's bad, if they whatever choice that they choose, they're gonna understand that's the choice that you chose. You can't say you ain't get love, because I'm a big brother to everybody. And that's what the kids need to see. I'm telling you. And I need all my people help in the city. I need all my family in the city. Why? Because we can. And with that being said, man, I love y'all. Anybody got anything they want to add or say anything? Real talk, man. I love everyone, but I'm passionate about everything. And I'm like, it's time. It's no way. I said, we just wasting. There's no way. I can't know all these people. We can't have all this opportunity in the city of Flint and everybody ain't enjoying it. We ain't kumbaya. It can't be. It can't be everybody see me at certain places. Oh, what's up, bro? And y'all ain't linked up with me. Why? That's why I act how I act. Why? Because I'm serious. I'm serious. I don't be walking around shuffling and driving like no court jester. Not in my city. And I hear the party and boo crap. I go out to meet people. I'm gonna do it. But we supposed to be on something. And at least if people say they own what I'm on, we should be gravitating together, or we don't have no vibration. Especially my family. Come on, man. You can't love nothing else more than me. We can't love no outside preacher. You can't love no outside church more than you love your brother, your cousin, uncle. You can't. You can't. You cannot love that and give to that institution more than your own brother or cousin or auntie or uncle, whoever that's doing it in your own house. You cannot. Because I wouldn't. Especially if I got it in my own house, I'm going to give just as much to that, to this. Why? Because I can. That's why. Ain't no other reason why. Because I can. And I'm going to encourage everybody else to do it too. If I'm rocking with my brother or my cousin or my niece or my uncle all the way, I'm rocking with them all the way. I'm their biggest apostle. We need to help my cuz get this. Why? Because this is the truth. And the truth will make you free. I know when he's teaching is right. Come on, man. We can't be getting the right stuff and then go to, just like I tell people, you're only going to church for pageantry. Because you ain't going to learn nothing, because you can't tell me nothing, you learn. So you're going to church for pageantry. Now, are you giving money to the church? Yeah. You're going for pageantry. I know this. Why? Because if you ain't learning nothing in church, what else are you going for? Or you only going because you can do what you want at the church? See, you ain't going to learn nothing, so it ain't no substance. You think your works mean something, and that ain't it. You think that you can just, I'm going to do this and I do all these volunteers, and that ain't got nothing to do with it. That's what you want to do. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I promise you. That's in the Bible with the two sisters. She was doing all these works, and the other sister was pretending to her studies. You clean all, you think that's better than this. No. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm telling my people in my city. I don't get disrespect from other people. I'm telling my people in the city of Flint, I'm casting my net out. Everybody can help. We can have our temple, our school, our library, our community center right in our neighborhood. We can start buying houses under our religious organization, brothers and sisters that know how to fix it. If you got your own organizations, that's how you donate your time. Your in-kind service, per se. You donate your time, fix it up. And this is part of your donation to the temple. And you donate funds to help this get done faster. But you know how to work with your hands. You're a contractor. You're a plumber. You're an electrician. You pull all the permits to get things done. Come on, how we gonna own things together as a religious community? People ain't even thinking. Well, I'm watching people do this. And I got the blueprint. I need y'all. I'm telling you, especially my family and friends. At least support, at least get with me, get some of my books, get some of my ebooks on mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z. At least go on morrishaberdasher.com and get a fez, a turban, or get something. And then when you part of the community, when you give donations, once you're part of the community, now we're going to start talking together. And now I'm gonna be giving you don't have to go on the page because that's for non-members. Remember, I have whole warehouses. Once we get our brick and mortar, you're gonna be able to come in there and members will be able to get things with their membership. They have a membership ID, they'll be able to get the discounts. Regular people are able to come in there as well, non-members. But when you're a member, of course, why? Because this is part of our regalia. And if certain funds coming in certain ways, a lot of stuff is going to be coming from Sheik anyway. Why? Because he gives gratitude for you supporting with the funds, and I'm giving you a tax and receipt, and this is part of our regalia, so I can give. So I can give people gifts. I can give people fezzes. You know what I mean? Why? Because you give me donations, I can give people regalia. You know, people can understand this whole conglomerate about tax exempt for the federal government, religious, charitable, and scientific, and educational wise. You will understand it. You will have a clear understanding why we should operate this like this, why all of us should. You should understand what I'm doing. You should have trust in me. Everyone. I've been doing this too long for nobody to have trust in me. I've been in Arizona for all this time. Come on, man. People saw me giving. We got to be able to jump behind something that's real. Because you can't wait till you get locked up. You would be right next to me like a puppy dog if we was locked up behind that wall. I guarantee you. Why? Because I know real gangsters that got out. My homie in Vegas did 12 years. He was like, "Sheep, we'd be watching you in the joint." They let us. And he was like, if you was in here, you have the OGs and this and that and the other. He was like, why? Because who you are. That's how I know. And why do we have to wait till our freedom taken to be under science? We free. I'm right here, your brother. You can touch me. You can feel me. I'm right here. I'm right here with y'all, willing to do the same work that everybody else do. But then I put that guardrail and give you that. Why? Because that's one of my hats. As a map and a guide, as a sensei, as a shaman, as a medicine man, as an elder, as your brother. As your brother that you know, that done seen the elevation. What Malcolm X Sweet read, y'all done seen the elevation and the wisdom. Everybody see it with me. And I'm a regular person. So you can touch me. I be around for a reason, because I want people to see me. I want people to be around me. I want to be in regular places. Just like the prophets was in regular places. What's the use of a doctor if you're not sick? I want to be around regular people. I ain't holier than that. I do regular things. Why? Because I want to be. I want to be around my people. I want to be around my people. I have culture. Y'all forget I'm cultured. That's what a lot of church people be missing. You don't have no culture? I do. I love my people. I love the block parties. I love all my people with different names. I love my Rastafarians. These my people. I love all my people. And then I got more people that don't look like me, that love me than my own people. That's not Moors. That accept me. I go right to these places with my turbans and feathers on everywhere. My own people don't accept me. I have no one European that ask me about some Freemason when they see me with my feathers on. Or some Al-Islam when they see me with my tunics on. Y'all see me, I wear tunics every single day. Yeah, I wear regular sweats sometimes, but when I'm out, when I'm in public, if I'm going out to eat or something, I'm just in the world, and when the kids see me, I'm in my city of Flint. You ain't seeing nobody like that. I'm a walking conversation. Ask anybody that know me. When I be downtown, people walk up to me, especially Europeans. You a sheep? I love your turban. I love your she man. I be like, y'all know? They're like, yeah, you a sheep. They be like, how you know that? Like, I feel your vibration. They don't be asking me, I'm no Muslim. I haven't got that from no European, nothing down. None. Not one. Even when I be having my fez on. I'm telling you, real talk. Even when I ask my mother when I be coming to the airport, all the cops and all the people at the airport be on me. They was like, oh, you not one of them. They be like, yo, you're like, you glowing. Because I speak, I'm pleasant. When people ask me, I sit down and explain from love. They be like, I ain't never heard nobody talk like this. Old men, military old men. Scottish Rite Masons. I know so many European Scottish Rite Masons. So many professors, pilots that I met in Arizona. People that I be dealing with, having cigars with, they was like, man, don't worry about it. They were like, if you're the different nationality, well, you were already been there. They were like, you know what you're up against with your people. I have these conversations, no disrespect, because I deal with the brain and psychosis. I understand the brain and the psychosis. I get this. You know, like I said, right now, old people, women, they about to spend all that money to go see Usher and Chris Brown. I understand the psychosis of our people, and then complain. What Usher and Chris Brown gonna do for us? The same people gonna come right back and complain. That's why I said if you don't have enough money to do both, you can't talk to me. That's why I be saying it's a reason why people don't support. It's a reason. It's a reason why, because it's not important. That's why, and it's important to others. So now I'm starting to deal with the others. None of my people are gonna be able to say nothing. With all due respect, because I'm showing us how we can do things and why we should. Why and why not? Why aren't you? It's no reason. It's no reason. Whatever you can do consistently is no reason. We watch people say they're gonna open up school with millions that ain't happen because they don't have the skills, they don't have the connections. It takes a lot to have a school open 5 days a week. I'm telling you, we're gonna have a temple in school, and when the kids out of school in the summer, there, and I have people that work. We have a 7th hour. I know how to do this. Why? Because I've done it already. That's why. I've done it already. I know how to do this. I know how to get college student volunteers and they can get their work study. I know how to do this. I know how to bring people together. People was like, you should run for the mayor. No, I shouldn't. I'm running for the Burning Bush Tabernacle Zion Temple and School. I'll let them deal with that. And we'll vote on law and policy. I got a whole other mission. We put ourselves by our bootstraps. We don't need that. We know law and policy and whatever going on, we want our piece. And that's what we operate with, no matter who the mayor or whatever it is. If you want our vote and what we got going on, these are the policies. If not, we gonna keep voting for law and policy. And we gonna build on our own with the tax dollars that we can cipher to ourselves instead of giving it to Uncle Sam lawfully. These the keys. I need my family. It ain't nothing else I can say. It ain't no more lectures I can say. That's why I ain't on here no more. I said, I ain't talking every day no more. I'm tired of doing that. If I can do this once a dang old week, since I've been home going to Howell, Michigan, and I come home once a week with $2,500, once a week going there to speak, and they're like, to speak of everything you want. And I'm like, what, education, wisdom? They're like, it's Sunday to speak spiritual. I drive all the way out to Howell, Michigan every Sunday. So people can't say nothing. And the money that I'm getting donated to me, I'm taking it and I'm saving some, and I hope my family help. I'm gonna buy something, and Allah's will, you know. But I'm getting a couple little rental houses with the little pennies I got with my other homies, my moosties. But Allah's will, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm telling people, and I'm like, dude, I can't be going to all these places. And they say, you ain't used to this. You can give everybody taxes and receipt. Everybody should know what you're doing. They're like, they want to help. I said, everybody can help. Like, what we waiting for? And y'all be riding past me in the city of Flint. Y'all see me. Y'all see me riding past. It's whole blocks that we can own. It's so many churches that just sitting. Couple $100 grand. One, just like I said, 300 people giving $100 a month. That's $360,000 tax exempt dollars in 1 year. That's $1,200 from everyone. I can give everybody taxes and receipt. $1,200 people spend that in 2 days. That $360,000 can be put in, as an interest with an organization if we want. We can just flat out buy and work a deal. Ain't nobody gonna buy it. It's gonna sit. We ain't paying that. We gonna try to offer a cash offer. What? Half. Cash offer. You think they ain't gonna jump that cash? Yes. So y'all raise money like this? Yes. If we raise money like this, you think we ain't gonna be able to get more money with no interest? If we want to borrow from certain places, we ain't gonna have to. Why? Because we're gonna have that cash flow. And then as we continue to build, we can be a $1 million operation in 1 year and show all these mega churches what we can do. Because it's plight in the neighborhoods. $1 million operation, man, we have people, man, we own everything in the radius of our temple under our religious organization. And it all be donations. And people don't understand it. I have a mission. And people just gonna watch. I'm right here. People just gonna watch. I said, ain't nobody teaching this. This is real. This ain't no fake, do this and do this. No, I'm showing you how the religious laws trump it. We can have a religious community. We are people. And we under different tax laws. Why? Because the religious laws trump it. We are a religious community. We have the right to do these things. We have the right. It's a nation in a nation. I keep telling people. And then if you want homesteads, it can't be in no neighborhood. It got to be where in the area it can be done at. That's just what it is. Because in the community, it's local and state laws that's going to trump this stuff. That's why when people be saying they living in their house tax-free, no, you're not. Not in no local neighborhood, it's just capped. I'll look it up and tell you, you about to lose that house with back taxes, depending on the state. If it's 3 years or 5 years, I'll pay that back taxes. And I have a house and I'll put it in a whole different, I'll take it out of public and put it in private. Point blank. And that's how a lot of people lost houses in the city of Flint. I ain't got to say no name. I got family members that house has been given to them. And everybody know, and they lose it on back taxes. And they just be raggedy. So can't nobody say nothing to me. That's why I said I don't got to hold no punches for nobody. I owe nobody nothing. Not no brother, not no cousin. I'm keeping it 100. You don't like what I like? I don't care. I got a whole brotherhood that I love. I got Muftis that I've been dealing with for 5, 6 years. They my brothers. I love them. All they feel like we all travel around each other. Y'all see my brothers. And we just touching the surface. That's why I said I knew what was going to happen when I came home to my city of Flint. No disrespect. I knew it. Why? Because I'm from here. And people been watching me from afar. Who? The ones that in the position that I am, the European nations that I know, my professors, the people I deal with, other people that's part of the Philosophical Research Society that fly out to LA every year. This is what I'm telling people. I'm like, what do y'all expect when I come home? It's just a matter of time. Like my daddy said, like Shelly, it's a matter of time. I make fresh juices. Man, I got people getting healthy. People like, man, I want to start working out with you. They be like, you've been doing this forever. People just be talking. You would go to the gym, get all these people this money, and I am the gym. This all part of our community. And I've been telling people, now we watching, and I still want my people. Why? Because without y'all, I'm nothing. This is for y'all. Because I can go teach them that. I shouldn't have to go there and teach about this and get donated. I shouldn't have to do that with no other group of people, even though I do because I'm a scholar and an educator. But I should be able to do this with my people as well and get the same thing, especially in my city of Flint. I should be able to have my temple in school with all my brothers and sisters that call themselves preachers and ministers. Where y'all build this? No disrespect. People be trying to do stuff on their own and they lose it. Why? Because you don't understand business. You're not structured the right way. All your business stuff is set up in your own name. With all due respect. And if you don't have that bag, it's only a certain amount of time before you lose it. Because people don't go to church like that no more. It ain't benefiting to nothing. You can't tell me I'm lying. Why? If you got a new church and this ain't no old church, you got hundreds of old members that donating, giving people come to your church to get 75 cents. Or won't do nothing. You would be out of business in 3.2 seconds. You be using your money that you and your wife make, and y'all be arguing about to lose your marriage. Why? Because you trying to run a church and use the money that y'all working with, or this, that, and the other, to springboard something that shouldn't even be like that. That's why I be telling people, conglomerate. Brothers don't get it. When I say conglomerate, I say, what you mean? I say, I just told you. But brothers don't get it. You have a panel of brothers that's wisdom. I teach a brotherhood. It's an order we're supposed to operate on. I teach a brotherhood. Once we understand that, it's all ours. If you don't understand that, we ain't gonna have nothing. That's why I tell people, brothers that's Masons, that's preachers, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I know when I went to Northern, I asked my sister, did she know him? My sister on here. See, that's what I'm telling people. I ain't disrespecting nobody, but they know I know. Because I can go way deeper. I said, man, please, listen, aren't you a Mason? So what? So you took an oath, right? With all due respect. Yeah, you have a potentate over you. Yes. So that this, not the other. So you call yourself a widow son. Yes. With all due respect. No disrespect. It's the Rizat for me. Even the Eastern Stars. You under the DAR, the Daughters of American Revolution. No disrespect. The Albion, the European woman. That's where the marriage license come from. No disrespect. Can't get what you need. If you're not going to tell the truth and let that go and come and straighten up your pentagram, because their pentagram is turned sideways with 2 horns instead of a perfect penta with iron leg, iron head with 90 degrees. Standing straight up. I keep trying to tell y'all, do the number. Do the number. Iron leg, iron head, standing straight up. And you see the Eastern Stars, they stuff just tilted a little bit. With all due respect, no disrespect. No one can come with no false wisdom with your brother. I'm giving you all wisdom. Why would you want to be a part of something else? Why? Why would you want to be a part of something else? That's not going to do nothing. And I'm an elder. Everything, all the elders that, if they was alive, if Bobby Hinn was speaking again, if C. Freeman was alive, they were like the brother right here. Sheikh Anna Diop, all our educators. Amos Wilson, we talk about educators. Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark. We ain't talking about no street roads, a whole bunch of more with that prison stuff. We talk about scholars and like myself. What we talking about, I don't have no disrespect for them brothers, for all my brothers, but this ain't that. So if we're gonna have something to build something, especially I'm talking to my people in the city of Flint, because I ain't talking to nobody else. Everybody else gonna join on when the seats get full. I'm talking to all my brothers and sisters that's under this science and my Moors community, and you out here by yourself. Be on my page every week. Every week, been following me for, it's people on here been on my page been following me for years. But I've been following you for 5 years. For what? Like, you ain't hit me up. You ain't did nothing. We ain't talking. We ain't do nothing. I see people, especially emperors, going through the circle. Because I be knowing the game. I say, oh, you got hustled by one of them charlatans with the feds on again. How you know? Because I know. I'm 49. I know the shiggity. I'll tell you what the shiggity be like. I like, here come one of them Nigerian scams. Oh, I done lost this, and I'm in a jam, and my kid this, and all that. I mean, you get hustled by that. And oh, I'm the Moorish Consulate General of Morocco, and oh, I'm the president of Morocco. Who? So who voted you in office? How long your term? How long your tenure? Like a lot of stuff is just, it's hogwash. With all due respect, and with no disrespect, it's hogwash. And you'll never hear me talking about it, because I don't waste time on things that's meaningless. I'm not out here playing fake Monopoly. We don't need to collect no $200. We don't need that change. We don't need to beg for nothing. We don't need none of that. We need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and be identified, which the law says. I can take you right down to the city hall in Flint and tell you what we called before the Civil War. They'll tell you Moors. I'm telling you. And people be arguing. We're not Moor. We're not M-O-O-R. We M-U-U-R. Here you go with the semantics. Here you go with the semantics. I'll be leaving it alone. I said I don't have time to play these games. I'm talking to my people, my city of Flint, my family. Come on, man. It's time to stand up and arise. It's time to put all that stuff that we know ain't right. Because I don't debate, and I'll never debate. But y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know 1 Thessalonians 5:21 clearly says, prove all things and hold fast to what is good. I guarantee you that's what the text says. Prove all things and hold fast to what is good. I illuminate the scriptures. Why? Because I had to in academia. When I ask preachers, do you know what hermeneutics is? Hermeneutics. They be like, what you mean? I be like, oh, man. I be like, what you mean, sir? Do you know what esoteric means? Exo. Do you understand linguistics? Do you have a lexicon? No. Do you know what analogy is? Parable and metaphors? No. Oh, man, so what you doing? Tell me what you doing. You up there, talk about you speaking in tongues. And in the church, confusing all those people. Why? Because the Bible clearly says that you don't do that in the church. It says, if there ain't no there to interpret the stuff that you saying, that's for you and God. You go in the closet and do that. You don't do that in no church confusion, but that's what these preachers doing. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me. Oh, I'm going to teach you how to speak. How can somebody teach you how to speak in tongues? What, they going to teach you Paleo Hebrew? They're going to teach you German, Sprechen die Deutsch? Come on, man. They're going to teach you Arabic? No. They're going to teach you a whole bunch of stuff that you can't interpret. That's for you and God. That's why we say these people ain't biblical. It's like it's cap. And that's why the kids don't. And with all due respect, as I get out of here, everything was left in the Bible to convert people. What? Easter, all that. It's left in there to convert everybody. Just like Christmas, Santa Claus. Read Jeremiah chapter 10. And then you see people say, well, that's idol work. We don't put the follow idol. I said, what do you think following the Nicolaitans is? Getting the Christmas tree, cutting it down, tying it down, putting gold and silver. What do you think the Nicolaitan was doing following St. Nick? What do you think they were doing? Huh? What do you think they was doing? I'll wait. What do you think, if they wasn't pagan, what do you think the Nicolaitan was doing following St. Nick? What did they do? They get the Christmas tree, they cut it down. That whole Christmas thing was the Yule. They put it in there to convert people. They left Christmas all in there to convert you. Halloween, all that stuff to convert you. That's not Christ-like, per se. That's Christendom, with all due respect. Tell me I'm lying. You read Jeremiah chapter 10, everybody will make something up. I said, no, we're going to deal with scholarship. We can get people that's unbiased. They're going to be like, yeah, you can't see this. You following the Nicolaitans, following St. Nick. The Bible says anybody that do that is a fool. That is none other. They don't follow them pagans. What? Following the Nicolaitans. Why you mad at me? I don't hold no punches on the Islamic side or on the Christian side. If we're going to deal with it, we're going to deal with ayah or scripture for scripture, and we're going to illuminate the text. And when they get to the end of it, I can say, now, both of y'all on some Belai system, believing the things that you can't prove. Because 1 Thessalonians 5:21 clearly says, prove all things and hold fast to what is good. Your so-called defense, I'm going to be able to crumble it up like Fuji dust. With all due respect, I'm telling you. If you take all of it literally, I'm going to really get to the point academically and scholarship and crumble both of them up and say, nah, you can't hold nothing. Because most Christian brothers, they talk about some Flavius Josephus, and I'll be like, who, the Pisos family? They be like, what you mean the Pisos family? Yeah, and I'll show you how it's all a made-up theory. Then I'll show you with all due respect that Muhammad stuff from academia, I come with my misnomer of Middle Eastern Arabic professors, 4 times over professors that they'll tell you from scholarship, it's cap. I pull them up on YouTube, and you from scripture. No one can be mad. That's why each Muslim is going to disagree with their science. You will see Al-Islam Muslim different from the other Muslims that believe in Muhammad. Because the Al-Islam Muslim, they believe in Elijah Muhammad. They believe in fire Muhammad. But with all due respect, a lot of that stuff is from the Watchtower. Just like the Red Book, for the Lost Foundation of Islam. All that comes from the World Almanacs. A person can be mad at all that. I'll show you word for word. Why? Because this is what I do. So I don't hold punches on both sides. I deal with the science and understanding to show where you at in this. Because this is what's taken from us. Our nationality and our spirituality. Everything else is uncivilized to me. All the rest of the byproducts that you're supposed to throw away, and we build the perfect pentagram, we're supposed to throw the rest away and build ourselves up perfectly. That's what I did. The most holy place, and a quarter roundabout. You're not going to get this from that other gospel, from Islam and Christianity. Because both of them say when you die, you're going to go to heaven, you're going to have this. And that's false. I can show you the biblical scripture where it's all fugazi, with no disrespect. I'm telling you, like the place of the skull, Galata, that's a metaphor, an analogy. How? I'll show you this. We have to be educated the proper way on things, on wisdom and understanding. But I need all my people, man. If y'all want to learn, come learn. Come get with me. Get some books. Hit me up. Let's build this temple, y'all. Especially my brothers in the city of Flint. I can't be going to teach others, and I got whole libraries, and y'all just looking, and we let no disrespect. I love my preacher brothers, but y'all know y'all limited. What from wisdom and teaching, it's a limited of wisdom. You know it is, because I don't care what Bible you get. We can sit down, we can impose the text. And I can show you a lot of stuff that our own ministers been teaching us has been biblically off. And I don't have to go outside the biblical text. I guarantee you, we've been playing ourselves. Because you one say Abraham, one say Abraham. They all got the same forefathers. These is facts. Mizraim, Miriam, all this, it's the same. And if you don't understand that, it's messed up. But what? The Quran talks about Jesus, Jesus, all through the Quran. Y'all know that. People be playing semantics. In the Bible, they prayed all different type of ways. On the back, prostrated, all this stuff. I tell you, I'm down with the Al-Salat. And I show you all the Quran. I'm connected to God. I keep telling people, I said, I don't have no disrespect when nobody doing the 5 salats. I don't have no disrespect. I'm not Orthodox. I understand it. It's nothing outside of myself. And that's how I build my young brothers up when they see me and the young kids. And they be inspired. And they say, well, I like the culture. And I said, I want you to like the culture. Because I want you to accept your culture. Our culture ain't no whole bunch of suits. I showed y'all. There's a book called The Chosen Ones. And I showed y'all the Moorish Zionist Temple of the Jews before Israel created was a state. And they had the 6-point star and the American flag. And it was the Moorish Zionist Temple of the Moorish Jews with Rabbi Mordecai. And he had his tunic on that you see the European Jews wear, that I have. And then I also showed you Abdullah. And I showed you that turbans were worn in the misnomer black churches. And it signified the mystical East when misnomer black miracle workers wore the turban in the misnomer black church. It's in the book Chosen Ones. I lectured it. That's why when I be seeing other Europeans, how do they know this and y'all don't? And then when y'all look at me, you be like, I'm not no Islam Muslim. I'm a Sufi. I'm a teacher. I'm a map and a guide. Turbans was worn in the misnomer black church, and it signified the mystical East when black men wore them. I show y'all this. It's all on my pages. I show y'all. I highlight it. And you know who Abdullah was? He was the teacher of Neville Goddard. Neville, a European Goddard. Google search right now. Say the Ethiopian rabbi that taught Neville Goddard. And see what you get. I be giving y'all bullets, man, for y'all can see what I'm saying. How come a European college, everything I talk about, they be writing it down. And they be like, everything this man say is 100% facts. Y'all ain't did it yet, and y'all my family? That's why I'm like, how can you not know who I am? And I'm showing you who the Europeans, the Arabs, the Traladites that y'all think heavy, who their teachers was. Me, them, the same wizard that I'm displaying to y'all. And the Neville Goddard, all these European Albions, Traladites, they was rich, they were successful off the wisdom that we have. That's why I ain't let nobody else interview me. I had a lady, a PR lady at GCU, my homegirl, Miss Norman Chinese girl, she said, I can take you to the next level. I said, I don't want you to. She said, I respect that. I want to take somebody else to the next level with me. All these people having all this equipment. I said, y'all gonna let somebody else take advantage of this and we gone. Research what I'm saying. The Ethiopian rabbi that taught Neville Goddard, that saved his life. And I got the books. All the Europeans, this is the best thing. You can listen to it on YouTube. You go in the comments, every European, this is the best thing, this is the best thing. And then one dude was like, but my sheep teach this. He was like, but my sheep teach this. He done taught it this years ago. He's like, my Mufti Malik, he's 50. He's like, but sheep done taught this years ago before this stuff was popular. All people got to do is look it up and look at the time period on YouTube. They'll be like, holy snap, like, yeah. Think about what I'm saying, family. Neville Goddard, Edgar Case, Napoleon Hill, all that stuff is our science that y'all don't know. Aleister Crowley, Pascal Beverly Randolph, you know? Adam Blavatsky. I keep telling y'all, I said, bro, come on, man. Research what I'm saying. I bet you everybody find it. They'll be like, yeah, he's sure right. The Ethiopian rabbi, Abdullah, Neville Goddard's teacher, or Neville Goddard, it's called the healer. And every European that's in science, they know. With all due respect. That's why I said, come on, my people. I'm right here. I'm casting out my net. And I'm in my city of Flint. And my Moorish community, y'all should be hitting me up. All my information on my YouTube channel, on our Temple of School YouTube channel of the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple of School, all our information be going at the bottom. I give my phone number, my email to everyone. Just like my homeboy on college, they're like, shit, they're like, everybody see that. They're like, come on. I know, but I got to keep saying it, man. I got to. And I can give everybody a tax and receipt. We in our city of Flint, and we can be a part of something. Because it's available for us, and it's waiting for me. It's waiting for me, y'all. It's waiting for us to take over our community. This is what I'm saying. We should be sharing this. We should be sharing this. And brothers that's ministers, you should want to learn. How can you be a minister that, like so-called Jesus want to be in all the place of the wisdom? How can you be a minister and you're afraid of me? That's why I be saying, I be like, and all the Europeans, they come around me. I said, there's something wrong with us. There's something wrong with I got people in my family that's minister, we don't even talk and stuff, and they know they limited. And I ain't saying no disrespect to no one. What's wrong with us? And you know you limited with your wisdom. I don't care how old you are. Age has nothing to do with wisdom. I know you ain't seasoned like me. This is what I'm telling you. I said, man, it's a shame. It's a shame. How can you be a minister and you be intimidated? You should want to learn more. You a minister, you limited. All your wisdom is going to be the same. It's going to be limited. It's not going to be biblical. It's going to be limited. And it's only going to be what? Exoteric. Why? Because that's all you know. The Holy Spirit is only going to take you a certain way. You got to, it tell you what the qualifications of a preacher. It's in Titus. You research it and tell me what it says. It's more than just being called. Yes, the Holy Spirit. I get that. The Holy Spirit gets you where you're at. But then after that, then what? The Holy Spirit is supposed to guide you where more. And when the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit works through man, when you see something that's higher than self, just like in martial arts, just like in masonry, just like in committed craft, you're supposed to jump on it if that's what it is. If not, that's why I said we ain't nothing. And that's why when you see other dojos and you see, when you watch martial arts, because I'm a big martial arts head, I studied Wing Chun in Arizona. People used to see me with my Wing Chun master in Arizona. I was teaching free classes, having the sensei come and teach. This is what I be telling people. I said, how can a person be in this, and it's a person that has wisdom, and you know your wisdom is limited. You might only know how to fight with your feet, and here it is, your brother and your family know how to fight with his feet, his hands, his discipline. They know how to guard, do all that, and you a minister, and you don't want to be in the area of wisdom. And I done went farther than a lot of people. I done accomplished a lot more in my people in the flesh, and that ain't inspiring to you. That ain't inspiring to you. Like that got to be crazy. You ain't paying homage to that. Like, to me, it's crazy. Because I can sharpen your knife. It is like if I'm a black in the community and you know, and you out here working with your knife and all the other people come to me, dealing with sharpening knife, you just ride past it. Look, I hope you don't make it. I hope you don't. You ride, but you in the same craft and you don't stop and get your knife sharpened. You don't stop and get that wisdom. You don't stop and get that understanding and drop a love token. You just keep riding on past. Only thing you're going to teach is that limited because your ego, you and your lower self. And that's why I be telling people, you and your lower self, you're supposed to get homage. Or we're going to give it all to Uncle Sam. You in the craft I'm into, and I can sharpen your tool, and you don't come get none of that. You don't come get none of that. You don't come get none of that. People got libraries buying all these books from Amazon. You don't come get none of this from me. Why? You don't got no turbans and fez. People still wearing them cap fezzes. You don't know how to tie your turban. I'll show you how to tie your turban, your shemat, a plethora of ways. Why? Because I'm a teacher at Map of God. Ask my muftis. I teach them all how to tie everything. They honorably wear their fezzes. And anybody ask questions, it's from honor. Because people go ask. And they should. So why are my people not helping? Why are my people that's in ministry, they're not seeking out? It got to be some shady, and they go to churches and they support all that. And your cousin, your uncle, your friend, your brother is a divine minister, is a scholar, is an educator. Got them to compile a plethora of books, have a whole library. What you reading and studying? Oh, I'll be studying at home. Okay, yeah, what? You ain't studying nothing current that can help you with your understanding, and I can guide you through things from understanding and correct teachings. We ain't doing that. Where you have a Bible study at? I'll be asking preachers where you have a Bible study. And I listen to what they saying, and I say, Bible study ain't preaching, sir, ma'am. That ain't no Bible study. That ain't no Bible study. You know what I be telling people? I said, come on, man. The church is just a gathering of people. It got to be something else. And that's why the kids ain't attracted. I'm telling you why. Because I talk to them. They were like, well, they be saying we black people, we slaves. The only time we go out, we go there. We don't own nothing. We curse. And I said, yep. I said, exactly. And you not. You made in the image of God. And your skin ain't no curse. That curse of ham stuff that they be teaching you is cap. And let me tell you something else. The manufacturer for all my preachers that's teaching false doctrine. The curse wasn't your skin. The curse was you losing your land. I correct this in academia. I said, so when people promulgate that, all those religious people on the corner arguing with people, I said, you done misquoted the text. I'll clear it all up. Because if you're saying that, then I say, didn't Jacob marry Laban's daughters? And you try to say Laban mean white person? So I say, oh, so Laban married, so Jacob married Laban's 2 European daughters? Oh, well, no. I say, okay then. Because it means literally. It can mean things depending on the context. So we're going to check everything. That's why I be talking to my brothers and my preachers. I be like, dude, like, come on. Why we not supporting this? And why brothers not learning? And why you not getting your knife sharpened? This is all I'm asking my brothers and sisters, especially people that I know in the family that's ministers and teachers. I said, who you under? Who you studying with? Who you sharpening your tool with? I can't be sharpening all these other Europeans, these professors and these doctor tools want me to teach and give them books and things, and I can't even sharpen your tool, and you know me. You don't get like this is asinine to me. Like, and it's sad. I say it's sad. I say it showed me ego. It showed me. Because I know professors that got way more education than me at GCU and Arizona Christian. Professors that got way more paper education. But when it comes to the wisdom of understanding, they're like, no way. They were like, no. They were like, no way. They were like, no, we just teach professors like, yo. They're like, no, you it. Because you have a gift as well. I'm telling you. Ask all my professors. Ask my mama. All the ladies that they're like, no, he has a gift. Like, this is what he does. He comes from no bias, no hate. It's a true understanding. I'm bringing it to my people. You coming with that false gospel, I'm telling you, you off. And why you doing that to our people? Because other people don't do it. I'm telling you, it's false doctrine. And I'll come from no hate and no slander. I'll get all my European professors there to talk like me. When I talk about Anglo-Saxon, and I get linguistically correct with things, and I come with the Anglo-Saxon dictionary and show you how white is really spelled, and show you what things mean, and this, and that, and the other, and give you a real linguistic education to give you a pictorial on life, to where you can be proud and understand, not nobody coming with the religious dogma, trying to use religion to separate themselves or make someone less or be inferior to. No, because we're going to teach science the right way and be proud and have love for everyone else. So I got to get out of here, man. I love y'all. Support your brother. Because I ain't operating with feelings. I'm operating with what's right. And y'all know what I'm saying is right. We can't be listening to no preachers and you've been practicing false gospel. That's what Jesus was going. He was going to the temples correcting the teachings. That's what, I'm from love. We got to get off our knees. Everybody on here thought kumbaya mean come by here. Kumbaya, if you got the lexicon, the kum dabai and the yah means stand up and arise. What they going to come by here and do? What? Kumbaya means stand up and arise, my Lord. Don't that mean something better? And no Amazing Grace, that ain't no God, that ain't no son for us. That was sung by a European, with all due respect, a troglodyte, an Albion, and he was a slave owner, and he was asking for forgiveness all the atrocities he did, calling himself a wretch. But we call ourselves that. I ain't no wretch. I'm made in the image of God. I keep telling y'all that. There's so many people in the Bible, the Amalekites, the Amalekites. Everybody wouldn't know, and we all were slave Deuteronomy. No, we ain't. There's too many people, families in the Bible that was melanated. I can show you. You lost. You accepting that, not me. You can accept all that. Just like I can accept who I am. All my family live in the Americas. Look at what an American is. Get the 1828 Webster Dictionary and tell me what American is. American is the copper color races found here by the Europeans. They were America, the copper color races. When Christopher Columbus came here, he saw what it is. I keep telling y'all, you ain't got to be mad at me. I'm going to show you all history is what it is, where you can get a clear understanding. Anybody going to put you in the continent, Africa per se. No, we are Americans. We were all over the globe. I keep telling y'all, the Russian icons, the ancient and modern Britons. When I say the Russian icons, when I say St. Mark, and when I start connecting biblical history and all this, and the more of the tetrarchs in Egypt, you will start seeing all this what I'm saying. Scholastically, you will start connecting things linguistically. But most of my people are lost linguistically because they don't know words have synonyms. So linguistically, we off. And people are operating on semantics, and that's what happened with a lot of people isms. I understand all. I'm under the triple roads, but I deal with this science and this understanding. I'm dealing with this growth and development. I have no time for that. I have no time for nobody playing make-believe. You can play make-believe all you want. You can't be my age and be playing make-believe still. You can't be on my page with some fake plate with some 1099 on it talking about these Morrisman. You make-believing. You can't be talking about this, now, you can file this. I said, well, so you a sovereign citizen, which is an oxymoron. Can't be a sovereign and a citizen at the same time. Can't be no foreign national at the same time. You don't have dual citizenship to nowhere. All of it's capped because you done got that from somewhere on the internet. And you ain't going to have enough audacity and rights to say it and give it up right now and do something real. So you play make-believe. And that's what a lot of these people that got any more science do. They play in make-believe. And it's going to catch up. A lot of empresses got caught up in make-believe. And I've been warning people forever. I said, you playing make-believe. I said, I'm trying to tell you. I said, everybody that plays make-believe, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. I'm trying to tell you. You play crazy, you get put in the crazy house and you get some of that medicine and you don't see people nowhere. I just know their real names. I'm trying to tell you. I'll be waiting for somebody to say something. Empresses done lost their house and everything playing this game. I said, yep. And these old people that know it, that y'all be calling the grand sheet, I said, hey man, if you leave anybody in the burning house, anybody lose their life or get in trouble, and you talk about some secret meeting and these people losing things, man, I don't got time for that. Y'all can, that's a poor person game. I don't play no poor games. I have no time for nobody begging. And that's what I tell people. How you gonna use the laws to say you don't abide by to try to get something? That's what I be telling people. I asked the brother right there, I said, so you're gonna ride around with no insurance with a fake plate. Would you put Big Mama and somebody else's kids in there? Say if you got a community center, you got a van, you ain't gonna have no insurance or nothing on that. And a big rig, Lord forbid, boom, crash. You're gonna try to use the same law to defend you. They're gonna say you liable for everything because you put all these people in danger. Who? You don't have nothing to protect them. One, you a clown with all due respect because you put all these people alive in danger trying to prove a point. You should understand when you're dealing with people and apparently children, you should protect who? Women and children. And babies. That's your main motto and your people that's operating with you. This is what I tell people. There's no reason to be doing that. What is that doing for you? And how to change your life? Everything you're doing is mean. The stuff that's mean is a whole bunch of old men wasting their time. You can't tell me ain't nobody doing nothing. You can't tell me that crap does something for you. Y'all, let's be honest. Y'all playing a deadly game, and I told y'all all these people going to jail, and all y'all on there, I need that, I need that private life. I said y'all all going to jail. That's the thing my man Roger Elvick, what's his name, Michael Novak did. He just got caught up for something else. I keep telling y'all, and this person doing the same thing. They on their way too. I'm telling you. They put the mandate out. You see the one brother got locked up. You see the feds be ordering them, all that. I told you the mandate went out. I get the list every year. Ask my Mufti myself. I get the list every single year. I keep telling people what it's like a sovereign citizen, the domestic terrorist list. Well, all them fascist groups on there, and now they put the mandate out. They ordered them. They arrested them. All this stuff. You done made $1 million and you some governor and all this. They own you. And then everybody on the internet, so they subpoenaed him. Because you're willing Al Gore. That's what I keep telling people. That's how Big U and them got caught up. All these grown old people. That's why most of them young kids got off. Their parents was like, you better get off the internet. One little dude was using his green book, talk about how you can squatter houses, and I say that's for educational purposes only. You're going to use that little green book, get your head bust. Sure did. I can show y'all all this stuff on the internet. It's this old video of this dude, he called himself Factor Fraud, and everybody thought he was a Moor, but he just used that to capture Moors. He be on their head. I'm trying to tell y'all, I be laughing. Y'all, a lot of y'all just not around long enough. It's an old Jedi mind trick. I saw this one dude, he'd be on the internet dressed up like his cars, he's still saying the same stuff. Oh, I can cancel this, I can cancel the child support, I can cancel this. He used to be dressed up like his cars, charging people $600, $700 for seminars. He would have got a fake doctoral graduation cap off Amazon. Somebody was asking him, like, where you get that from? You graduated this, and that, and the other? Everybody asked. I said, no, that's a doctoral hat when you get your doctoral. He got that off Amazon. That's how they all be getting people. Because everybody think more science, you gonna get some money or something. You can file this. Every old person, that's all y'all doing on the internet. I'm telling you, that ain't no more science. Y'all know why you think that. Everything about the more science temple of what Noble Drew Ali did is public information. I just told y'all. We got a state booklet, the 1099, all that is public information. So tell me where you're getting the rest of it from. You can't. That's why I be telling people I'm gonna represent this science the right way. You can't. And we ain't gonna and I ain't gonna let nobody play with it. You can say you all this, some fake this, and with these fake plates and do all this, and anytime the mandate keep going out, I'm gonna keep telling y'all who next. And everything I've been telling y'all. It's like PFI, pending further investigation. They'll let a person that plays stupid games get stupid prizes, they'll just build your case up. And then what you gonna do? You don't have no money. You don't have your so-called clock or destiny or your so-called legal people in your temple. You gonna get a court-appointed attorney. And what you gonna do? You gonna plead to a lesser charge. Tell me I'm not. Because the brothers that were calling themselves some USAR stuff, you on the internet begging for legal help and advice. And they always be in my inbox, can we help? I'll be like, man, go on somewhere. I don't play them games. I told y'all, I don't play them games. You see how easy this is? Why would you want to be a part of something else? And more science is good. Why? Because I know too many European people, professors that wrote books. It's another professor called Spencer Duke. He wrote a book called The Alliance. It's another brother named Peter Moon. He wrote a book called Spondu Mystery. Look up the book Spondu Mystery, and you see all those U.S. those generals on there, and the prophet on there, with all those U.S. generals. And when you talk about science and history, and I'm telling you, everybody know what I'm talking about. You just not learned enough. Most people. They not. Most people don't know what the prophet did. It'd be a whole bunch of, they got to cut down the cherry tree, all that mystic stuff. Oh man, I don't got time for all that. And it was on the training, I don't have time for none of that. Nope, we're not doing that. You can play all that. You can play all the semantics. I don't have time for that. I'm going to show you this science is real. I'm going to show you the religious laws. I'm going to show you our nationality and spirituality. I'm going to show you language. I'm going to show you how to do things the right way. I'm going to show you to take your assets and put them in private and show you what living trust is. So you take yourself out of public and put it in private so you don't have litigation. You don't want litigation. I'm telling you, and then you donate to your temple. A lot of vehicles, it be to the temple. You can control everything and own nothing, but you don't understand what I'm saying. People don't understand. That's what I'm telling you. We're giving all our money away to Uncle Sam, and they said you're either gonna donate it to your religion and charitable contribution of your choice, or you're gonna give it to Uncle Sam. Why? Because that's the law. And law governs all events. It's a way to do things. How? We should be using our funds to build our community, like I'm saying. And I have everything to offer. All Moors, y'all should be getting y'all turbans, y'all should be getting y'all tunics, y'all should be getting y'all fezes, y'all kufis, anything Moorish attire, y'all should be getting it from me. And it's part of our community, and I can give you a tax and receipt because it's a part of our community. And if you're doing business and all that, I'm going to show you how to do business and set yourself up DBA like I just showed y'all. Because we all divine ministers. That's how we want to do business together. I keep telling us. We have to understand this. We got to come together. This what they don't want. I'm telling y'all, man. They don't want nobody like this with the mind like I have as a mastermind to show people how we can pull ourselves together. This is what this is about. Y'all don't see this gift? I mean, how can y'all not see this? The Holy Spirit works through men. That's what I be telling people. What are y'all waiting for? It's just an analogy when somebody in the water and the boat come by, and they say, the boat coming to say, no, I'm waiting for God. Then somebody else, family come in their yacht, they come to save you, and you, oh, no, I'm waiting for God. Then the helicopter, they drop their rope, climb up, oh, no, I'm waiting for God. Okay, then they leave. Okay, you get to drowning. God, why you forsaking me? He like, all these people I sent with me. Like what you talking, you wait for something special, you drown in your life, and here it is, the Spirit works through man, I work through man. What miracle you looking for? What sky God you looking for? God works through man. I'm sending an angel in the flesh. You got to understand this. That's why when I speak about things like the Nation of Islam, they talk about, and they don't deal with that sky God stuff, I can understand that. Why? Because ain't no sky God done nothing like Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan for what they did for a brother, cleaned themselves up from the inside and outside. Ain't nobody did nothing like that. So I respect that prophet and angel in the flesh. I respect that. I respect that because in more science, what's a prophet and an angel? Moors don't even be knowing. How can you disrespect me and based off our one-on-ones, I'm a prophet and an angel? See, this is what I be telling my brother. I said, you gotta love me. Why not? Cause tell me what a prophet and an angel is to you and more. Tell me I'm not that. If the other man called me that, and they know, and they 32 and 33 degrees, and I'm their father, because they sons of Muslims, why you disrespect me? And I ask you what our one-on-ones is. What's a prophet and an angel? Because in your Moorish Quran, it's one number and it's another number, a prophet and an angel, and they both the same. What is the prophet and the angel? Can't even tell me. I be asking Moors, what the Moorish Quran conscribed of? Then you ain't even studied the Moorish Quran. You arguing. You see what I'm saying? Because the divine comes first. The divine comes first. I get an analogy of getting the flush and field and rebooting your hard drive. Come on. This is no dumb teachings. You got to stand up and add value to yourself. This is in your Moorish Quran chapter 5. These are the tools in the toolbox. These are the tools in the toolbox. And just because I'm using words that's familiar in our science, I can get in your Christian book as well and give you the same basic tenets. It's going to teach you the same thing. Why? Because this is how our Moorish Quran is constructed. You got to understand this. If not, then there's something wrong with you. Come on, my family. I love y'all. I need y'all help. Stop just looking at me and staring. Stop just jumping on here and don't get no donations. We don't care what nobody else talk about because ain't nobody else hustled us. We ain't gave to all these other platforms and they done hustle people. I hope y'all didn't. Because if y'all did, that's where y'all would be. Y'all here. So let's do something, support something that's real. Especially if you in the science, you don't have no turbans and you no fences. I got it. I got it in my warehouse and I got companies. Check out MorrisHaberdasher.com. Check out mypdfbooks.com. That's books with the Z. Check it out. Check it out. Check out MorrisHaberdasher.com. Moorish Haberdasher. MorrisHaberdasher. MorrisHaberdasher.com. Check out our page. Check out mypdfbooks.com. That's books with the Z. Check it out. All those ebooks. And then when it's part of our community, you connected to me. This is community. You shouldn't be going to Amazon and all that. You don't get credit for that. You should be coming to sheep. You should be coming to me. And if you're part of my community, you don't have to go on the page for the public, other brothers and sisters that's not part of our community. I have things for them. All my European Jewish brothers, they get their yarmulkes from me. I know a lot of Scottish Rite Nations, they get their fezzes from me. All the tunics, it's people they get it from me. And so a lot of people that know me personally, that have been following me for years, they hit me up. Because I don't want them to be going on the company page. The ones that's connected with me, they hit me up, and I'm like they personally like, man, you got this color tunic, and I'll be like, I'll send them like this one. Yep. Cotton or silk, I'll show everybody what I got because I got a warehouse. A lot of stuff I don't have on my pages yet because I'm traveling. I'm back in my city of Flint. But people that know me, all my muftis, I send stuff directly to them. And it's part of our, attire is part of our regalia. And we get credit because all my muftis are divine ministers in their own right. So why would you want to go to Amazon and George Lottery and get your fezzes because it's cheap? You should want to get it from us to help us. You should want to get it from love because they get them from where the source I get them from. None of them, George Lottery don't make no fezzes. They just a bigger corporation that's been in business longer than me. And they can sell them cheaper like that because they've been in business. I can't. I'm a one-man show. I'm trying to build. That's why I'm showing people. I said, everything come in house. This is part of our community. And so when you deal with your community, it's structured a different way. And I give you gifts. Y'all gotta understand what I'm saying. For real, man. So if y'all Moors, y'all should be getting all your turbans, your she-mats, and if you don't know how to tie them, I would teach you. I would sit and rock with you and teach you until you learn how to tie your turban. Because I tie them a plethora of ways. I would teach you. And then I want you to come join us and book. I'll give you our temple log on for StreamYard. And I want you to be our guest for book club every Friday, where we go over books and we read them and we offer them to people. Saturday we have adapt class. Sunday we have Sunday school. And then 7 days through the week we work out. You want to be a part of this community. And when you give donation for books, and when you give in that donation for the temple, you get package and receipt for everything. This is what this is about. And then when you get wise with your funding, you say, I'm in a position where I want to get 10% of my income. Why? Because I can. You know? And then things that could happen way faster. And I'm transparent. Just imagine if 100 people was giving 300 people giving $100 right now. And I said, well, at the end of the year, y'all, I come back over here, it's like we got 360 grand. This church right here that people just left because it ain't enough people, they won't just say, I'm just gonna throw a number. They say 250 grand. That's for us to get a mortgage and all that. I'm coming and say, I got X amount of dollars cash. Cash. What? Half. We got 125 cash. You think they ain't jumping on that? Yes. Why? Because ain't nobody else gonna buy it. It's gonna sit and get tear up. It's gonna sit and get all tore up. Why? Because that's what happened in the city of Flint. And everybody got to know I'm telling the truth. And then whatever community area we get our temple or the church building or what, and turn into our temple, that area in that community, the plight in that area, we'll develop that and want to buy that as well and get things given to us. Why? Because the tax bracket we under to move certain people back around the church, or how can I say, the temple. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling you, I know how to do this. And we have vans and all that. So when we taking the kids to the YMCA, teaching them how to swim, teaching them martial arts. You know, when we having class in the summer when the kids out of school, you be able to bring them to my summer camp. And I have them in program. And all the parents give a donation. And I got my 12-passenger van. And I'm showing people how we can do this. And everybody getting their taxes every receipt. Everybody should want me to win. Everybody should want me to win. Because when I win, then we win. It's gonna, and then the city gonna start giving grants and all that. Because I already know. Because it's already happening right now. I'm just doing it on a small level. My ministry in Flint is called Ascend Mentor Ministries, where we helping all the youth. Our first year gonna be at the 810 event and at the what is called Michigan Day at Huckleberry Railroad. Me and my boy Vez that live in Vegas that I'm in partnership with, you know, getting the houses under our organization. We stuffing 400 backpacks, giving them away. You know, let parents know what we're trying to do to get their names and their emails, you know, and try to do some mentoring thing with the kids to try to build it up, you know, and with the parents' help, and show them what we able to do, and show them if they want to help us build and buy something, that we can give them a tax and receipt. Show them the importance of giving and hold me accountable. Because I got 5 buildings right now that I can get. Like right now, y'all, if anybody in the city of Flint, or when you come to the city of Flint, I live on the corner of Patterson and DuPont. I'm finna get off. But everybody will know what I'm talking about. When you go up Patterson towards McClellan, before you get to the corner of McClellan, it's that big church right in that yard. You can see Old King School. And then right next to it is the parsonage. And then right in the corner is that brick church. The church is abandoned. I looked it up, I think that church and that with the parsonage, everything was like, I think it was like 200-something thousand. Then on Lippincott, I used to go to my sister know, I used to go to Leslie Daycare Center. Right down the street before these apartments, it's like a little liquor store. It's a brick church. Ain't nobody going there. It's available. I think they wanted 250,000. That's what it was. We coming with cash. In one calendar year, we raised 360 grand with people just giving $100. We going on making an offer cash, 125,000 cash, because it's still sitting right now. Ain't nobody gonna buy it. Who gonna come to Flint and do something with me? It's been sitting for years, and I've been going live showing you all this stuff. It's another one on the south side. Then it's another one on Lippincott. Then it's another one off going off, what's that? Ballinger, when you get to court, I forget this side street, I showed you that, round the corner. I think they wanted like 100,000 or something. I said we could have raised that in a couple months, one calendar year. We could have been open. This could have been our third year. Could have been our third year. I could have been rock and rolling. Everybody know what I can do because I know how to get things done. And everybody could have got a taxes and receipt. Everybody I know could have got a taxes and receipt. It wouldn't have changed your life or nothing. Because I ain't asked nobody for 10% or nothing. It wouldn't have changed nobody's life. 100 people giving $100 a month. 300 people giving $100 a month, 360 grand. And everybody get a taxes and receipt. Everybody get to use, we open 7 days a week. With the library, with the computers, with the working out, with the mentorship, with our stores in there where you can come in there and get regalia, get some juices, get all the shea butter and have all the oils, all the herbs. We do all that in-house. We don't have to go out. And then we got land. We have our greenhouse where we showing kids how to garden. We showing kids auto mechanic because I know a master mechanic. All the stuff I'll be able to bring, in the community. And then I know how to take the kids to all the pro games. Because y'all saw me doing it in Arizona. We get a 12-passenger van, it's over. I got my after-school activities. When the bus will be bringing the kids to our temple at school, the parents will pick them up after they get off work. I'm going to feed them lunch. They're going to do their workout. We're going to go through things that we're going to do. They're going to learn. They're going to get that community development. They're going to know how to balance their money. They're going to learn martial arts and boxing. They're going to learn all the things that they need to learn. How to wash clothes, how to wash dishes. I'm talking about the young men and the women. Know how to cook your own food, know how to change oil, all those things that we're going to be able to teach. Why? Because that's what I teach. And whatever you're good at, whatever your gift is, you're going to have that time for that. If you're a chess player, that's what you're going to do. We're going to push that. Everybody ain't no athlete. I don't care about that. But if you are an athlete, it's going to be some requirements. If you are a single mom, you ain't got to worry about your kid not having no men around them that's going to support. Why? Because I do that. And everybody been watching me. And I'm gifted in what I do. Because you don't want the system to get your kids. Right now they do it in the 4th grade. When the kids go to school, they have the liaison officer to the schools and they fingerprint them. So when they get in trouble again, they say, oh, this is a trouble kid and he got a background in trouble. Why? Because they fingerprint him in the 4th grade. This is how they get that school to pipeline to prison. I'm telling you, I want to change that. I want to change this. The public school, forget all that. I'm going to change it. The temple, we're going to change it. And then watch, all the schools going to want me to come. Watch. And we ain't going to have to. Why? Because we're going to have our own. We ain't going to have to do that. We ain't going to have to. Remember, that's public school. We want our kids to get that basic. You got to bring them to me, just like the Jewish schools. And we can support it. We call it 7th hour. I'm trying to tell you. And they already giving grants for this already. I know some cats in Saginaw got 700 bands. I'm telling you what I know. We can do this on our own. And then when it's time to apply for this stuff, we're already doing it. We're going to be a shoo-in for these things. Why? Because the people already support it. They're going to say, they're going to look at it like, yeah, they're already a multi-million-dollar organization. Boom. Just imagine everybody gave $200 a month, $300. And I already said it's $360,000. You do the math. You times that by 2. What you get? Somebody tell me what you get. What about 720? What, 7 something? 730? 730,000? And not just $200 a month for 300 people. You see the impact we can make? You see, we don't have to beg nobody. We can do it. We don't have to be compromised. People gonna want to deal with us, and it ain't gonna hurt nobody's pocket. People can donate that in one city. Be like, okay, boom, it's done. And they say, she go do your thing. Be transparent. Go get the building. Yep. Give us the taxes every year. We're going to keep doing this each year. Oh, and we're going to ask our people at Family Boo, we're going to be up to a multi-million-dollar operation right now in the community. We're going to change everything. How? Because we can. Have our own skill center. Have our community center. Have all that. Why? Because we're supposed to. Come on, y'all. I love y'all. Support your brothers. Support me, man. Especially my family. It's no reason. I love y'all, man. Peace and love. Peace and love.